Sick, you know me, man. I'm always excited, man. I love doing this. This is my fun time.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in the building tonight, man. I got the house empty. Man, I've been taking naps today. I've been feeling good. It's hot out here, man. It's 100 something plus degrees for the last 2 months. No rain, no clouds, straight desolation. Just straight desolation, man. But I'm happy to be here though, Sick. How you doing, man?
Man, I've had a lazy day myself, man. I've been in and out of naps. I mopped my floors. That was the most exercise I did today. You know, watching YouTube. Not even playing no games, man. I was lazy as hell.
Man, I got a mighty guest today, man. I can't wait to hear what he has to say today. But I got the mighty 117 Evolve in the building, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Doing great. Thank you very much for having me on the show, New Legal. We've got a lot to go over and talk about this evening.
Hey, brother, I love that tone right there. You sound like you a man of business, bro. And I like that. You Sick, he sounds like he's ready to get right to it, man.
Yes, he does. So,
like he ain't playing around. Let me get a little like that.
So let's stop playing around and get to it then, you know?
All right, man. Right well, look here. You heard it from my buddy Six Slayer. And this is what we're going to do, man. Thank you all for coming out, man. We see the views coming in. We want to give y'all a little time to come on in, give you a great introduction. And we're thankful that y'all are here. A part of what we call is Di-RRec Gaming. We are in the league of the X, right? And you are a part of the extraordinaires. Shout outs to my man Jerry, man, in the building already. It's showtime, baby. Y'all know what time it is, man. We here. The streets is loud and clear. I can't help but to give it up to everybody that's been showing support for us, man. Go out here and show support for my man Teknoblast. Get out here and show some support for my man Six Slayers on their 1s and 2 channels. I go by the name of the New Legal. This is Di-RRec Gaming. This is the X League podcast of extraordinaires. And we are here, only here, to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. Six Slayer, I got a mic for you. 1117 Evolve, I got a mic for you. After Boss, what's good, fam? Get on in here, After Boss, if you can, man. I think I sent you a link. If not, man, we got you, bro. It's all good. Don't worry. We good to have you in here anyway, my man. After Boss part of the crew, too, so I think he might have been tied up tonight. It's all good. Shouts to my man JyzalGamingTV. Shouts to, we said Teknoblast. Shouts to the realest one. The realest one's been traveling a lot, man. He's been traveling a lot.
Yes, he does.
And I think he got home, and I think he just went to bed, man, and he passed out. He told me to give him a call. I gave him calls, man. He ain't waking up. He's tired. So it's all good, man.
He's out like a blown engine.
Facts. We got Fireboss out there and Sal Kakalaka, man, doing his thing. He's been tied up into some business that he's been having to take care of. So everybody's been kind of busy. But me, Six Slayer, we came down and we holding the fort down. We got to do this tonight, man. 117 Evolve, we got the mic in your hand, man. Six Slayer, I got the mic in your hand. I just got one question, baby. Just one. Man, what do y'all think about this daggum Xbox Netflix collaboration, man, once again? Because y'all know, man, back in 2009, the 360 was the one that just made Netflix pivotal, man. It just took it to a whole nother level. We were playing the games and we were watching the movies, man. What do you think about that, Six Layer?
Oh man, it's kind of like a homecoming, you know, because as you mentioned, Netflix, as we know today, started on the 360. For a time, it was only on the 360. I mean, the best experience that you could have ever had on Netflix yet still today was, well, not today because they took it out, but was when you could watch Netflix together with other people. A feature that should be on multiple other platforms on Netflix today, but doesn't exist anymore. You know, Microsoft, you know, it's a whole history of between the HDVD and Blu-ray war, and then started how Microsoft, you know, kind of put their foot in the door and kind of messed up the whole thing on purpose, by the way, because they saw streaming as the future, right? And, you know, they enabled Netflix to do that. But nowadays, Netflix is run on Amazon's AWS. not on Microsoft's Azure server, on AWS. However, the whole marketing aspect of their business, the ad revenue that they get, because there's lots of talk of a tier of Netflix that has ads, that offsets the price increases that they've been having a lot, pissing everybody off, right? This could be a piece of that answer, and all of that infrastructure is going to be on Microsoft's Azure, so a lot of people are wondering, is Netflix going to move to Azure one day? Hey, if they do a good job, even if that's not part of the plan, maybe Netflix might start thinking about that. But this is a great, not only a good foot in the door for Microsoft to have a partnership with Netflix, but just to show what Microsoft has on offer isn't just about games. It's about entertainment. It's about the technology that powers the things that we do every day. Microsoft is a key company in these things and always has been.
Yeah, man. What do you think about that 117?
It's a beautiful hand in marriage. 10 years in the making now. 360 paving the way for Netflix. Now they've set an example on how the realists are out here. Just like a Gampass.
Because
they have officially checked Sony left and right just to see what they have on the table and what they could bring with their PS Plus and what movie subscription that they have to offer.
Well, so let's talk about that PlayStation Plus, man. What are they offering? What's this premium stuff I'm hearing about? What is this, man? We need to put this up at display for everybody so they can understand what PlayStation's offering. Let's be fair tonight. So what's the differences and which platforms do y'all think is offering the best subscription for the buck of your bang? You know what I mean?
Best is at this point in time, moving on forward, no matter what, Game Pass is the king. You pay one fee and you get access to all the games that are released from day one up until today. 4 generations of gaming on one platform. As whereas PlayStation's Plus, you have to sit there, you only get to stream 400 games. You can't even hit 120 frames per second. Everything coming out broken. Even Dave Jaffe right there put up a video on how weak and living proof of evolution, how it could go in reverse.
Now, you know what's funny, man, that you said that? Because I believe Hisense, and this is for people that may not know, but Hisense, the television manufacturing company, they put out a TV that was new, and they had to kind of false advertise it because they didn't want to shun the fact that the PlayStation 5 wasn't relative for the TV specs. Are y'all lost about that? Did anybody else see that? But if you haven't seen it and you know something about it, speak on it, man.
Hisense right there put out their specs on the U7G Quantum LED.
Yeah, that's right.
And states that PlayStation 5 cannot support 1440p at 120 hertz.
Yeah.
On their TV, man, they didn't want to let you know that, but it's in there. When you read up in the stuff, it's in there.
As a matter of fact,
even before the system came out.
Right, it's in there, sick. It's hilarious, dude.
The VRR is burning and crashing.
Yes, that's the new thing I've seen. It's messing TVs up. It's the way they're doing it. I knew it. There has to be something wrong with that VRR.
Sony, if you don't mind, Sony never knew a thing about VRR. Mm-hmm. As soon as Xbox dropped it with the Xbox One X, they had to scramble and come up with their own solution. They don't know nothing.
Nope.
Just to please their little fanboys, catfish community. They put it out there. Now they're burning their TVs.
Yeah,
suckers. Suckers.
He said catfish community.
Is it true?
Sitting there asking men for pictures.
Oh yeah, I see y'all.
Free two. What up? What up, Free two?
What's good?
Remember you? What up, homie?
It's good to have you back, man.
Yeah,
it's good to have you back because they are not using G-Sync and FreeSync.
Yeah, man, they're doing their own kind of
checkerboard
solution.
That was
the thing, man. They had to do some kind of weird hack because it took them so long to finally get the feature in. And even as we've seen, it don't even work that right. When it works good. But when it don't work good, it's this weird iffy, just like, and now we're hearing that TVs are flying off of this, man. It just goes to show there's some kind of like dirty hack, yo. The more I think about it, the more moves that keep happening with Sony and the PlayStation. Like most recently now with the Spider-Man coming to PC, I always said that would be like my Mario 64 to my N64
Right.
if I was to ever get a PS5.
Right.
I always said that, right? Like that was gonna be my day one game. I know, like Halo is to a new Xbox. You gotta play the new Halo on the new Xbox. That's what I plan to play. And also on PC, and it's been a million and one of these reasons. I know when you saw what they did to the heatsink when they took out a big chunk of copper, right?
Yeah.
All these other things, you know, the fact that the external SSD thing didn't work until just recently.
There's so many factors, isn't it? So many factors.
There's so many things. So I've always said, yo, at this rate, I'm gonna wait till they do like the next major revision. Not a PlayStation 5 Pro or nothing like that, but you know, that first redesign, whether the first Slim or whatever, where they have to redesign it from the ground up, so all these features are implemented now properly because they have the time to redesign to have the experience of past mistakes to make a good system. Even if because the software yet and still is not a reason, and with their new policies of porting their games to PC after the fact, there's not even going to be a back library I can look to get the console for because they're all coming to PC anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, but that aside, even if they were to get a physical PlayStation that would meet my approval, right? Where's the software? Like, there's so much that they don't do, and what the competition is doing, there's almost no reason I would ever get a PlayStation. It just sounds stupid.
Sick, you're kind of right, man. They're behind. They're outdated and behind.
And there's no way for them to catch up, to be honest.
They're not catching up, man.
Their heating issues.
Yeah.
Heat pipes are breaking in those consoles. And
rest mode still doesn't work.
Speak on it. Let's talk about it, man. Speak on it. I'm curious to see what y'all got to say about this stuff, man, because there's people out here. The sad part is there's people out here that just don't know. And you know how the donkey community is, man. They love the hush-hush stuff, man. So they're not going to come out here telling people what's really going on. Like, my console's loud. Sounds like I got a vacuum cleaner on every time I turn it on. I know my damn console's extra hot. But, we're going to play all this stuff out. So speak on it, y'all. Go ahead, 117. Go ahead.
Chip yielding issues.
Mm-hmm.
Their CPU cooling method, what's that called? That liquid method is just leaking all over the consoles. The rest mode. The SSDs don't even have proper cooling solutions. They put a metal cap right back on it.
Don't forget the screws and the screwdriver.
That console is designed for a 10-year-old's bedroom.
And the SSD isn't even faster than the solution in the Xbox, which is literally exactly half as fast drive. It's outperforming.
Needs would ever sit there and entertain a console that's a ticking time bomb that's about to blow up in their bedrooms.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's sad, man. And it's overclocked. So the life expectancy is suspect.
You nailed that right on the head. They came out with that console overclocked, and it's causing major problems and issues. Plenty of returns, plenty of videos on YouTube with these technicians repairing 50 of them at a time. There's absolutely no customer service, no respect for that community. And they're just sitting there right now in a scramble trying to buy a studio to please everybody, which is only for timed exclusives.
Right.
Yep. Because they have it in the contract where they get to release everything.
Yeah, that's right. It's only in the contract. That's true.
This is all true. There's absolutely nothing that wowed me since day one they released that console. It was a major step backwards to what they promised the fans out there.
Louis Frag, what up?
I just feel bad for the good Sony fans that are out there enjoying their games, getting overtaken by these toxic fanboys that are keep getting catfished, exposed,
Yep.
having their accounts deleted, come back as sock accounts, and trying to gain grounds that they've lost.
Sniper, what's good, baby?
And that's it. It's over. It's over for the Sony community. They could hear us tonight. You could hear me right now. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. You could take that little plastic box and sink away with that. I really want to swerve. I really want to say bad things right now. But I'm going to take my mother's advice and be nice and stay calm.
I'll do it for you.
Yo, 117 Evolve is in the building, yo.
It's a piece of shit. There you go. Honestly, man. Eventually, they'll have the Slim and they'll have a physical working PlayStation. Well, hopefully, because
not even a special needs class would sit there and entertain.
Right, but heaven forbid they mess it up. But just assuming they don't, right? Even when that hardware is finally there, and hopefully for a good price drop too, because they're gonna need that to even, argue it, right?
I'd like to speak on this one.
Where's the software gonna be? Where's the software gonna be?
That video game, the query, legal. That video game, the query that they released, the power, the power consumption. The PlayStation 5 is using a whole city just to get up to those graphics. As whereas Xbox Series X and Series S using fraction of that power consumption and running that game as smooth 4K 60 native.
Now you want to know something? I'm glad you mentioned that because you got a lot of people out here that are trying to poke fun at the S right now, But we're gonna bring some intelligence into the room. The Xbox Series S is a 1080p console. It's 1080p, 120 frames per second console.
Sometimes you get 1440 too, but yeah, generally.
Right. Well, I'm gonna get there.
Or 4K even sometimes.
It has a upscale feature in case you decide to upgrade from 1080p to 4K. When you do that, it has the ability to give you native 1440p. It will upscale up to 4K. Now, Microsoft understands that if you're getting the S, most likely you haven't invested into the 4K industry as strong as you would probably like to. And so they don't utilize the S as a heavyweight, even though at times the S can put up some heavyweight performances. It has been known to do so. But it's a full RDNA 2.0 console. So don't sleep on it because it'll embarrass you one day. And I believe that we're going to start seeing some very drastic changes with the S as the future continues to push forward. Because
wait till the price drop comes.
Right, because right now it's where it needs to be. For $299, it's selling itself real good where it needs to be. But this console isn't something that is weak by no standards. This console can hold its weight and put off beautiful picture quality. I know because I have one. This notion that for some reason it can't give PlayStation 5 the run for its money is the lie. The thing is this. The developers have so much time to get the game out and put it out on so many consoles that they're not listen, at any time they can get updates. All right. But right now, when they want to get that game on out there, they'll get that game on out there. And the Series S sometimes is the one where they'll make sure they'll get it at 1080p, where it needs to be at 1440p, and they'll get it on out of the way. But the X is the selling point of the power and the performance and the quality. So they can always come back to the S, do some upgrades, and get it right where it needs to get. Because it's not that console that they're going to throw all their strategy on. But to think that it can't perform, yeah, you're sadly mistaken. The Series S is a great investment for anybody that just wants to get in, have good quality gameplay.
What's up, legal? What's up, guys?
What's
Sorry
up,
I came
man?
so late, man. Sorry I came late, man. I gotta
You good?
get
We already knew.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Legal. The way I see it, panel, it's that community, and this is the truth. And I want you guys to hear this loud and clear. The Series X is Mike Tyson, the king of consoles. It knocks motherfuckers out. The Series S, don't underestimate it. It's like Muhammad Ali. It flies like a butterfly and it stings like a bee. And the catfish community is feeling it right now.
Oh man, I'm gonna look, man. It's something about you and the catfish community. I'm gonna let you shine.
Oh, I'm gonna let me save that for the end. I just like throwing it out there so they could hear it. They're a catfish community. They're no longer Sony fanboys, ponies. They're all catfish community.
Nah, man. You're the new capping going on. They happened to a cat game called Stray.
Talk about it.
There's a dog one coming out too, Stray, for dogs as well.
That's right, Free Two. See, we know what's
listen.
We know what's up, Free Two.
If that game was on Xbox and that was an Xbox exclusive, and we was hyping up Stray, they would call it Game Pass filler. They would call that shit trash. They did this shit with tuning. That shit was dog shit. But one dude said Stray might win Game of the Year. You don't make this shit up. Yo, Stray Game of the Year.
What?
Yo,
killing me right now.
Yo,
Pentiment.
Pentiment got a better chance win Game of the Year than that fucking game called Stray. And trust that's how the standards are. Nah, man. The reason why they hyping that shit up, cause they got no games to play. Literally. They have nothing.
That's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. The funny part is, they dogging Peppa Pig, right? They picking on Peppa Pig,
Peppa Pig, yo.
But
everybody's laughing about that.
Here's the funny part about it. Peppa Pig is universally known, right?
Yep.
She's a hit. She's a phenomenon, right? But Stray isn't. Nobody knows what Stray is. And that's not a knock at the devs that make this game. But Peppa Pig is on all the platforms. They're making fun of a game that's on their platform. At the same time, they got an exclusive game that they're not going to play.
As always.
So at the end of the day, man,
it's not exclusive. It's not exclusive.
You want to wake up and you want to wake up to this?
It's not. No, I say it's not exclusive. It's a time.
You want me to wake up on a Saturday and play to this?
Well, that makes it even worse. Game traders. What I'm saying is they're not playing that game. That's the bottom line. They're not going to play.
They're not playing that shit. You know why they're not playing that shit?
We all know the game. And I don't even want to get to that part yet because I'm gonna let J-Rod have fun with that one. What's up, J-Rod? Thanks for coming in, bro. We got
finally.
Yeah, what's up? Yo.
J-Rod has come back to Di-RRec game.
Before I get to J-Rock, right?
Yeah.
This publisher is very underrated. They published one of my favorite games, came out on Xbox last year, The Artful Escape. That was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
That was and 12 minutes. They made that. And the Ponies got a game called Solar Ash. And they didn't support that shit. Nobody supports that shit. So
hold on, boss. You bounce.
Yeah, somebody got to turn yours off.
Hey.
Yeah, that's good. Wait,
boss. Put yourself on mute.
No, I was going to tell you that I'll have to catch y'all when I get back. I'm kind of out right now.
Oh, okay. Bob jumping in, gave us a live direct moment. All right, brother, I feel you, man. Give us a live direct moment. That's what I'm talking about. Out here in South Carolina, Fireball's out there in the cornfields. He doing donuts in the mud. I got.
It's not. It's funny you saying that too because that's exactly where the hell I'm going. I'm late. Dude, last damn minute, family bugging me for some fucking Krispy Kreme. Pardon my French. And you know, You know, Southerners and Krispy Kreme. You know that.
Like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Anything happens on Di-RRec Gaming, baby, it goes
that?
down. It goes down, man.
I mean, it is dark out here. Not because it's nighttime, but because there's no moon. I mean, there's nothing but cotton fields, tobacco fields.
Yo, what can I do with y'all, man?
Hey, you better be out there preaching the good word of Gampass.
Just had a raccoon just run across the road.
This guy here, man.
And he's carrying a bag with a brand new Xbox Series S. How about that? Mother Nature's little friends. Even they know where the value is.
Boss is clowning right now.
Praise.
Boy, you got me over here rolling, boy.
Even they know where the value is. You can't make this up.
Go through, man.
But yeah, like I said, I'll be right back, fellas.
Okay, brother.
All right. Okay, that was a bit much.
That was funny, man.
That was something else.
Funny stuff.
That was something
else. Yo, J-Rod, what's good, my man?
Chilling, man. What's happening?
What's happening, player? Smitty Smith in the building, baby.
Smitty
What's
Smith,
good?
The homie for the trifecta.
Yo, I appreciate everybody coming in here today, man. We're going to get to it, y'all. Don't worry. Each one of these guys going to bring something today. Shouts to my man 117 Evolved as the guest tonight, man. We going to do this. Yo, J-Rod, what's the deal, man? I told everybody, right? I told everybody, here's my format, here's my gameplay. I hear the donkeys talking. I hear them galloping. I hear some of them catfishing on each other, right? So they got saddles and they're riding each other. You know, no pun intended. No pun intended. But they riding each other, right?
Womp womp.
Exactly. and you know, it's like you listen to them and they really think they phasing us out here, right? We listening to them. We can't help but to laugh when they come up with the little comments on Twitter. And we're just waiting, right? We're just waiting. Like J-Rock has these words like day and date, copy and paste. That just got them mad. The day and date is just hilarious out here, right? We be trying to tell them, and they be just talking. And all I ever said, right, y'all know this. All I said was this generation, just give me God of War. Bring Kratos to me, right? Because I have a sacrificial table right here. And I want the donkeys to bring that game to me as an offering. Bring that game to me as an offering. And all I asked for was 4K, ray tracing, 60 frame lock. Give me just that. I didn't ask for much, right? And I said, if that game can give me 4K, ray tracing, 60 frames locked, I'm not talking about no performance mode because we've already talked about that with PlayStation 5. I already said that PlayStation 5 cannot. It has to have a performance mode. We was that last gen with our Xbox One X. This is how far behind they are, right? So that doesn't impress me. Our console is not a. When I bought the Xbox Series S, right, J-Rock, and the X, well, let me just say the X. My intentions was to never see the word 30 frames per second again, ever, right, Six Layer?
You're right.
That was the whole intention for that. But something happened this week. Something happened this week because it's still Saturday. And lo and behold, I got the specs for God of War. I'm going to have to burn it, man. I'm going to have to sacrifice this game. And I'm not going to get a PlayStation 5 because it did not live up to the standards. On top of the fact, we told everybody, what are you thinking? Are you really going to think that this game is going to be what's revolutionary? It's going to be the talk for what next gen gaming is all about? Y'all really think that?
Nah, man.
Because I told y'all, right? Give me Hellblade 2. Give me God of War in the same year. Somebody chickened out. We come to find out that there was some dates being misconstrued. We saw another game get delayed. Forspoken got pushed back, right?
Yep.
And
Nobody
I'm
wants
sitting
that
there like,
garbage.
right, they're not going to play that game either. I'm sitting here like, okay, so what's God of War? We sat here, right? Everybody in this panel, everybody in the chit chat. We've been waiting for gameplay. I got folks showing me trailers and CGI content as gameplay on Twitter. Hey, they talk about here's some gameplay. It's not gameplay. So I have to send them the last God of War walkthrough shows from YouTube and say this is gameplay. We looking for that, right? Yep. Look at 100. Yes, you go there, but that's true too.
CFO. Yep,
that's true too. But the AK was a lie. They can't even do 1440p.
It's on the box.
It's
AK.
on the
Hey, legal. Is God of War Ragnarok a cross-gen?
Yeah.
It's a cross-gen.
How it can't run 4K 60?
Fact.
Because it's the last gen game. That's the only reason they're gonna get that.
Fact.
Yep, man. You know what my theory was? My theory was that the reason why God of War got pushed back to November, I think they finished the PS5 version. The PS4 just held the PS5 back. So they gotta figure out how to run this shit on the PS4. So they couldn't run it. So they trying to like cut stuff out and the PS4 is literally holding the shit back. But whose fault is that? It's their fault because they came out and they said they believe in generation. They lied to everybody. So now they had to build this game around a 2010 and Jaguar CPU. See the difference between Xbox and Sony. Microsoft didn't lie. They said that they're gonna make cross-generation games in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
2023.
Yeah, this is true. People shitted on them for it.
Yeah, people shitted on them, right? But look at Forza. Look Forza 5 looks good. But look at GT7. GT7 looks like a goddamn PS3 game. So the Halo Infinite looks really good on their Series X. All right, so it just Flight Simulator looks amazing. Psychonauts looks amazing. So the end of the day is I'm not surprised. And legal, I'm gonna say it again. I am not surprised that Spider-Man 2 will be on the PS4. I'm not surprised.
Right.
They will come out and say, yeah, you know what? We want to put Spider-Man on the PS4.
Yep.
They'll do a remaster and put ray tracing in it. J-Rock, you good, baby? Tell me what happened to God of War. I want to know what the specs are. Let me know, man, because I'm about to sacrifice this game.
I'm just talking about it's not doing 4K 60 at the same time?
Come on, man. J-Rock, come on, man.
Thought this was next gen. What happened?
Have you noticed they haven't even said anything about this game? Six
Nope.
Slayer,
I haven't. Nope.
There you go.
I haven't heard Jack.
Six Slayer said that quick. We ain't heard nothing, bro. Nothing.
Ain't nothing to forget. They ain't show anything. So no, that's not why I can answer so quick.
Does it even have ray tracing?
We don't know. They ain't said that.
No, J-Rock, did they show gameplay? Did they show gameplay already?
No.
They did once. They showed gameplay early on.
Back. Yeah.
That's the one they was ashy about. That was they didn't want to qualify that. Remember Six Slayer? Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's DLC. They didn't want to believe that.
It was an ascended DLC. That's not a knock, but that's what happened. It's like the same thing they said about what's that Xbox game that did the same? No, it wasn't even an Xbox game that did that. See, but basically, this game was supposed to be a DLC originally, and they expanded it. Just like Miles Morales. See, that was the thing I was going to say. It was an Xbox game. It was another Sony game that they get the pass to every day, right? Miles Morales. They act like it's Spider-Man 2 when that's not Spider-Man 2. That's like just a DLC.
It's just the same, right, bro? Right.
No.
That's why it was only 5 hours. Six ain't lying. That's why the game was only 5 hours.
And that's what happened with God of War, though. Same thing is happening with God of War. Here's my point.
Yep.
Yeah, in the industry, right? It's called a standalone DLC. Right. Sony did this shit years ago. Remember Infamous? They had Infamous.
Yep.
Then made the standalone game, the First Light. They did with Uncharted.
Uncharted is the
and the Lost Legacy and Lost Legacy. Yeah, they did this shit before.
J-Rock, these dudes are too good, J-Rock.
So
that's the big example right there.
God of War Ragnarok.
They own it.
They own it.
God of War Ragnarok, right? It's not a is a standalone game. That's not even God of War 2. But what happened was, no, the game got too big. They admit that. And so they have to expand the game. That's why the game came out a little later. But one master question, Legal. These games are supposed to came out last year, right?
That's right.
So did Sony lie to the consumers that Horizon and God of War and GT7 was supposed to came out last year? Now they came out this year, and I've seen people saying, "Oh, PlayStation is eating this year." You know what? I give them that, right? What the fuck are they gonna play next year?
That's what I said. Now you're right where I'm at.
Yep.
So you're telling me, J-Rock and 117 Evolve, that God of War at its base, because y'all gotta listen to Games Hero. I don't think y'all paying attention to him. If y'all wasn't paying attention to Six Layer, I don't think y'all paying attention to both of them. But notice this: anytime you hear the word performance mode, that's not the base mode that it was built upon.
Nope.
So the base mode that it was built upon, J-Rock, was 4K 30 frames per second. All I can say to that is, damn. We're in 2022, and y'all telling me that PlayStation still stuck at 30 frames per second. They're acting as if 60 frames per second. And notice it's not locked. That means it's anywhere between 48 and 60. Because we're going to see it. Watch. I guarantee y'all, when they do the frame rate things, watch it be jumping up. It's not going to be a 60. And look, and listen, I'm not one of these phonies, right? That's gonna really make a big deal if it dips to 55 frames per second and stuff like that. Look, we're too real for that over here on Di-RRec Gaming. But
that happens.
Right.
You don't even notice. Who cares?
Right. But the point we're making is that it's not even a lock 60. It's not. At least give it, if you're gonna say performance mode at 60, let it be locked. Because if it's not, what does that mean, Six Layer?
Oh.
What's the name?
It's gonna be tearing. It's gonna be tearing. It's gonna be tearing.
There you go.
It's gonna be tearing. But here's the new thing though. They're gonna start to lean in on this VRR. This is why it's extra bad that it's not working the way it should, right? They're gonna start leaning in on this, depending on it, like a crutch, right? So they're gonna have a bunch of games released that the frame rate is inconsistent, expecting for VRR to fix it.
Right.
And that's gonna be bad because remember how VRR is supposed to be used, right?
Yes.
It's supposed to help. It's supposed to help out.
Yes. It looks like they're using it for a lack, not for the use for the lack. I can believe that.
So then they could claim they're doing 60 frames, but they're not really, and it's really VRR. And it was them who came up with and I'm not gonna front, the nice little smart little hack with the 40 hertz thing, right? That was a little cool little trick. But remember the situation that caused that ingenuity of theirs, okay? No VRR, but without the performance to really hit 60, but they could hit 40 because they didn't plan for RDNA 2. You see, every bad decision leads to more bad decisions, right? So I guarantee you, Sony will start to lean in on VRR and 40 hertz, right, to save their butts. 60 hertz won't be a common thing for them.
And I'm going to back Sick up with that right after I get through giving Smitty Smith some love because he's always giving us some love. Oh, Di-RRec Gaming, here we go. Smitty Smith. Hey, y'all notice when God of War got announced? The Game Awards pushed back the qualifying date.
Hey, man.
I wonder why. The book of it.
Hey, man, they call us conspiracy theories on Twitter. We ain't conspiracy theories, man. That guy talking about Jeff Keighley talking about the cutoff that was always the 19th. Oh, really? So the cutoff that was always the 19th. So why the hell Forza Horizon 5 couldn't have a Game of the Year contender? Why?
I don't go, baby. Man, the fix is in. The fix is in.
It's
Hey,
like,
look, man.
but
And look, man. And look, man. I want Elden Ring to win Game of the Year. If that
Me
happens,
too. That's the
if
obvious
that
one.
and
I don't
look,
even
man.
want to debate.
If that happens, that will be the
Games
biggest
Hero stuck on
meltdown.
that one, boy.
Let's
That will
Yo,
not
be the
worry
big.
about
That will be the
117, I
biggest.
got a question for you. I got a question for you, man. Why did they not believe when I said, if you think I'm lying about the PlayStation 5, go back, look at CES 2022, look at all those companies that are showcasing their latest televisions, and you wonder why the PlayStation 5 is nowhere to be found. 117, I need help on that, man. Let's talk about it.
It's held back in every way, shape, form, and possible.
What's holding it back? Because people think we're lying about this, JyzalGaming.
Mark Cerny stated himself specifically that the PS5 is not a far departure from the PlayStation 4. It's a refreshed chip with RDNA 1 with bare minimum RDNA 2 features and technology in there. It's all software based. There's absolutely nothing hardware, ray tracing, God rays, this, that built into it.
Nope.
The only thing that could save its life is an Unreal Engine 5 manipulating what it's got, and to let the fans have a little taste of what Xbox Series X and S truly have, hardware implemented in their boards, ready to go.
The truth hurts so bad.
That's true. I don't know why they don't believe this, JyzalGaming.
I feel sorry for the good fans. They deserve something great. They advertise greatness awaits. This is failure.
Illegal. The Quarry, that new game came out.
Right.
The Xbox is outperforming that shit on the over the PS.
Come on, man.
Correct. We were just talking about a Game Heroes. The power consumption on the Query, it's blasted on the PlayStation 5.
Come on, man.
Over that, you can hear the liquid metal just dripping down the side of that console. That's where
the liquid metal dripping.
Listen, man. It won't get look. Hey, listen. When these third-party developers start doing CrawlGen, it won't get ugly.
It's gonna get ugly, man.
I'm
telling y'all. That's why I said what I said. It's when God of War drops, we won't. Soon. You know what? We have so much fun right now, right? Because we actually know what's gonna happen.
Sorry to interrupt, but I gotta make a quick phone call. I gotta make a quick phone call. I'll be back.
No doubt, brother. You good.
One thing right here, legal. Series X and S succeeded where the hardware engineering team sat down and the software engineering team stating that, hey, these guys, we built OG Xbox. Why not let them have fun with all generations of gaming? So they built hardware on top of that GPU to be able to go backwards compatible without any taxing, anything touching the RDNA 2 GPU. As whereas the PlayStation, they just sat there, let's just forward think and move on and forget about the rest. That's where they're suffering. They don't have anything to support backwards compatibility unless it's via cloud streaming over 400 games.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about all of that.
It's hardware failure from all angles that I see right now.
Yeah.
Listen. The PlayStation 5, right, is using the same SDK on the PS4. So they play it safe, and the reason why
they play it safe. There you go.
Yeah, they play it safe, and the reason why they play it safe because they're riding the success over the PS4. So they think that morons will go to the PS4 to the PS5. So they play all this shit safe. Microsoft waited for the RDNA 2, so they waited for a year. Now there was reports came out that said the PS5 was supposed to come out in 2019. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but let's say that was true. So that means that the PS5, they rushed the PS5 to get a head start on the Xbox Series X because they want more sales. Now all of these games, the beginning of the generation, there's a reason why the PS5 was outperforming the Xbox games because they're using the old technology. So the old SDK, the developers never had the the SDK for the Xbox Series X. So remember, Microsoft waited for the RDNA 2. So that's why. But now times will get times and the tools will get mature. Then when developers stop making cross generation games, that's when you'll see the Xbox Series X not only outperform in resolution, also in frame rate. So you gotta wait for next year. The Corey is one example, but it will get ugly when like Alan Wake 2 comes out, Dead Space remake comes out. All
It's
of these.
common already, to be honest about it. It's
It's
common
not.
already.
It is. But it is. But
it's gonna get ridiculous. It's gonna get ridiculous.
Yeah. You want to see the true power of the Xbox Series X and the S. Even first party developers too, like Hellblade 2 or Avowed or or games like that. Because Microsoft waited for the RDNA 2, full RDNA 2. The PS5 is not RDNA 2, it's 1.5. It's custom. So that's why I think Sony is making a PS5 Pro in the next 2 years. They have to. Because if they don't do that and don't match the specs of the Xbox Series X, this is going to be just like the 360 days. Multi-plat, going to look better and run better on the Xbox Series X, and more developers are going to favor the Series X over the PS5.
James Hero, what if I go ahead and make a bold prediction right now? I want to do one right now. Based off what you said that they're going to make another console, what if I tell you they're not? And I'm going to base it off of this. First, there's chip shortages. So that's how true. Can they make another? Right, chip shortages, right? On top of if they make another console, that's going to be the fourth one. Notice the $499 one, the disc one, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got the $399 one, the discless one. Then you have the revamp of the discless one, right? The one that has no screws to it, right? And then you're saying they're gonna make a revamp version, a mid-gen cycle. So that's 4 PlayStation 5 consoles that they would have to make, on top of what they're already losing out on the PlayStation. Because remember, Games Hero, they want us to forget their projection numbers, sick.
And half of them are out in
they want us to
warehouses
forget
and stuff, unsold.
In 4 years, they were supposed to have sold up to 4 to 5 years. Let me put it like that. 4 to 5 years, they were supposed to have up to 63 million consoles sold.
Wait. That's what they said?
Yeah. I'll go dig for everything I love. I'll put it like this. It's already been on our previous videos. All right. I don't know which one it was, but it's already documented. I already spoke on it. Read it out. I read it out because here's how it went. All right. I'll put it like this. If you don't know how it went, it was like this. The initial output for these consoles were supposed to have been 11 million by March, something like that. Because here's what you got to understand. They were basing it off of the last gen, right? These consoles came out in November. So November, December, January, it's supposed to be about 5 million. And Sony wanted to hit another 5 million around March to April. By this summer, right? The summer, I'm talking about of last year, right? Which would have been 2021. I want to make this clear. By the summer, they were supposed to hit 14.8 million. All right? That didn't happen. Now, you can find this game trailers. Look it up, and you'll see Sony missed their projection in 2021 with PlayStation 5 consoles. It'll tell you.
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember that.
And they fell short around 5 million.
Yeah.
All right? So by the fall and winter, they were supposed to be around 20-something. Well, that's when the 20 million came up. The 20-something million came up. But they're supposed to hit around 25-ish, something like around there. But we noticed that year went on around, and they come on around here, and about springtime-ish, they threw up the number 20 million sold. So you're looking at what, 2 years? 2 year span, 20 million, right? Now it's damn near nothing. I mean, they're not even getting enough sales out to even make it news. And you're telling me, because you remember they were making fun of Xbox missing its mark with a Game Pass. And I was like, bro, that's projection marks. Like if Game Pass, if they were talking about Game Pass need to hit way up here 30 million, and they saw that they were around 23 million, well, that's just their projection. So if they hit anywhere between 23 million, 30 million, they're okay. We were trying to explain that to people. So then I finally just said this. It's funny that y'all want to attack Game Pass, but I don't see none of you carrot eaters talking about the projection of Sony's PlayStation 5. Then all you heard was crickets.
Mm-hmm.
Because that number is way too far away to even talk about a projection. Bro, look, next year, right? The consoles came out in 2020. Next year is 2023. By November, that'll be 3 years. They're still going to be in the 20 millions. They're not going anywhere. Look, we already saw what Sony has submitted their future investment. That's the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, I think the Pro.
That's going all the way to 2025 to 2026. There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way.
I think the Pro is coming because I said this again. After this year, a lot of companies are going to drop the next generation games. I mean, the last generation consoles to the next generation. So now they got the full SDK for the Xbox and they got the full SDK for the PS5. I'm not saying the PS5 is going to be bad, but the Xbox is going to outperform it everything. Look, like for example, don't surprise that Dead Space remake runs better on the Xbox. Not only resolution, frame rate. Don't surprise that Resident Evil 4 runs better. Remember, I think Mike.
But Sony you can't tell them that. They don't believe that.
Right. They don't want to hear it.
Now remember that Sony had the marketing rights of Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. But do you know that the Xbox One X was running 4K 60, and the PS4 Pro only runs 4K 30, and they're missing a lot of features. Yeah. So developers, you gotta understand when the first these system comes out, developers never had a lot of time to play around the architect. You just want
they don't get the time to optimize nothing.
Yeah, they're gonna rush these games because they want to make a quick buck at the new console, whatever. But the second year, that's when they start playing around the tech. The third year, that's when the tech got mature enough, and when they do that, that's when you see the real power of the console. So it's gonna get ugly in the future. And don't surprise that Resident Evil 4, Dead Space, and any other games coming out next year look and run better on the Xbox than PlayStation. Because like games like Suicide Squad, even Street Fighter 6. I wouldn't surprise that. And Sony got the marketing rights for that. So I'm not surprised a lot of these games because developers, these third-party developers, they want to put their games out there and look the best what the possible. And the Xbox is one of them. And listen, legal. Don't surprise the S could actually stand toe-to-toe with the PS5.
Of course.
And it's going to happen too because the S does run RDNA too. Now, so you have to understand, I think Sony rushed the PS5 out because they want the market share. They want to have a head start. Right. And they're just riding the success of the PS4. That's basically, look, the PS4 sold 100 million copies plus. So we're going to ride the success for that this generation. So that's why they rush it. Because Sony could actually waited for the RDNA 2. They could wait there for that, but they didn't want that. So Microsoft said, "Fuck it, we're gonna wait it." That's why the Xbox is 5 million units behind the PlayStation 5 because Microsoft didn't rush the RDNA 2, so that's why they manufactured the Xbox Series X later than the PS5. But remember, when the Xbox Series X came out, there was few in the wild. All right, there was a lot of PS5s in the wild, so that's why Microsoft waited. So now 2023 is going to be ugly because at the end of the day, if Microsoft has Starfield, Redfall, look at the new Forza game. That game is running on 4K 60 ray tracing. You can't do it on the PS5.
You are absolutely correct.
You can't.
Yep.
No, you have to load on the resolution. All right, you have to. So
this is the third wave.
Yeah,
like said it yourself. They've unlocked. They've given the full power to utilize.
Yeah,
the devs' engines are all tuned.
Don't surprise Resident Evil 4.
An atomic bomb on that catfish community.
Yeah, listen. Don't surprise the Resident Evil 4 on the Xbox Series X run 4K 60 with ray tracing, and don't surprise the PS5 version runs like 4K 30 with no ray tracing, or ray tracing was just limited ray tracing, and it's going to get ugly because a lot of these developers, they're going to favor the Xbox. That's why the purpose of the Xbox Series X is frame rate. Frame rate is more important than anything. You don't want to play a game 30 no more. We passed the 30. All right? So Sony realized that. So I think, in my theory, and I think I do believe legal a little bit, because the chip shortage and all that bullshit they have, I think there's a PS5 Pro in works with the same features of the Xbox Series X, with the RDNA 2, all that stuff. But right now, the PlayStation, they're going to ride with success in the 2 or 3 years for the PS5, and they're going to have a mid-gen refresh. Microsoft does not need a mid-gen refresh because the Xbox Series X is already a very powerful machine.
I'm about to do this for JyzalGamingTV Games Hero because he left, and we're gonna dead this tonight because Games Hero got me on my stuff, man. I'm gonna dead this, and I just posted something on Twitter. Never forget that guy. Never forget that engineer that was bold enough to come out and let everybody know that the PlayStation 5 will not be a full-fledged RDNA 2.0 console. And I remember him catching a whole lot of hell for that, right?
Yep.
But I got something here that I'm gonna post. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the comments section so everybody can see this. All right, I'm going to it right now, and you're gonna see. I'm dropping it in there right now. It's about to get dropped, so everybody will have access to this. We're not lying about anything that we say. All right, let me copy and paste this. That's the joke. But it's about to pop up down here, right? It's gonna pop up down here.
I don't know, legal copy and paste, baby.
Copy and paste, baby. It's right there. For anybody think we play, right?
Hey, God of
War. For anybody that could see me and JyzalGaming, right? We had a talk today. We had a good talk today. But check this out, man. PS5 SoC die shots reveal an RD. This is what I want you to. I want
the X-ray.
I won't. From this point on, don't say RDNA 1.5. Don't say RDNA 1.4, 1.3.
Been saying this stuff. He about to dead it again.
Right.
Ooh. I know you got the nuke. I know the one you got. I know to get it to you.
This is an RDNA 1.1 GPU and Zen 2 CPU cores with the cut down of FP units.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? Mm-hmm. This is why the console, when they verified the frames per second power. Remember when they just did this like maybe 2 months ago, maybe, it was this year, and they dissected the consoles. The PlayStation 5 console, when pushed hard, it runs a steady 48. Put it like this, Six Layer. You know I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with PC, right? you always, this was the funny part, because you normally, let me say that, normally would you put the power number a little bit higher than what it would actually run, because you got to give yourself some leeway, right?
That's right. You gotta have some
There
overhead.
you go. There you go. So when they were doing this, right? This is why the donkeys didn't believe it at first, because all they were seeing was 60 frames. Oh, see, it is a 60 frame per second console. Wrong. They had to put 60 frames per second so that it would run a hard 48. Your console that you just bought isn't even a 60 frame per second running console. It just has to be leveled out at 60 frames so that you can get all your 48 per second of frames out of it. So when it does say 60 frames, you know it's being overclocked, like my man 117 is saying. Now it's running harder. This is facts. Look, bro, that's right. That's right, 100. The difference between the PlayStation 5 CPU and GPU and the Xbox is the Xbox is custom and they partner with the AMD, where PlayStation did not. They just said, make me a CPU and let's go. That's it. That's it in elementary form.
Right
You
there.
can't get no more simpler than that. It's a 1.1, Lewis. 1.1. Now watch this. When they open up the Xbox Series X, right? It's a 4K 60 locked console. The reason, and look, and Microsoft pushed it up to 120. This is why I can do 120 no ease. You know why? Because the GPU and the CPU are twins. The PlayStation's CPU and GPU isn't. And you can go look that up too if you want to fact check me. Look at Jay Dillon. That's true. The only 8K game on PlayStation 5 is an indie game, The Tourist, and need a patch to do 8K. Xbox all brute force ran it at 6K. That is 1 trillion%.
And it's only in the Widow the Wisps 8K on Xbox.
Yeah. It can go 8K, 6K. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And you can do 6K off of your 1080p TV because of the virtual screen that they got for it.
That's one thing that PlayStation 5 is lacking as well, the super sampling.
That's true too.
Where's the talks of that?
I want to finish reading this so nobody will think we up here fronting, right? The dot shot of Sony's PlayStation 5 SoC has finally been analyzed by a third party. Of course, Sony's not going to tell you this, right? They're not going to tell you that. Of course, it'll come out from a third party, revealing some unexpected details. Notice the key word, J-Rock, unexpected. While confirming the rest. For starters, it looks like the GPU on the console isn't a full-fledged RDNA 2 design. Did you hear me, Six Slayer? Did you hear me, 117? The design. All right? And instead uses the RDNA 1.1 design. Games Hero was spitting facts. The RDNA 1.1 was last gen. The difference is the 0.1. It's only the 0.1 is like an upgrade. That's all it is. Design, which is basically the same as the RDNA 2, but here's the difference, with the exceptions of the ROPs. So I want Six Slayer. If you know the definition of what the ROPs do, explain.
Okay, the ROPs, I forget exactly what ROP actually stands for, but basically, that's the core element in a GPU that does the processing. So, like, more ROPs you get, the more performance. You need that.
Yeah,
you need that. That's a core element.
So basically, what ROPS is the render output unit, often abbreviated as ROP, and sometimes called raster operation pipelines. Is a hardware component in modern graphics processing units, and one of the final steps in the rendering process of modern graphics.
Yep.
Well, here's come the update. They updated this, y'all, and it doesn't get any better, J-Rock. So the update says, while the WGP design
Yeah.
facts.
How
While
was
the
that?
WGP design does seem closer to the RDNA 1, there you go, Game Zeros, along with the render backends. There you go, 117. It's unclear whether the FPUs on the PlayStation 5 are the same. There you go, New Legal.
Right.
As the ones of the consumer grade Zen 2 chips, Six Slayer.
That's what I've been
Either
saying.
way, the FPUs appear to have been shaved with half the register size in comparison to a standard keyword standard. Okay, people.
So
Zen 2 core. So when you go out, you go J-Rock. I'm going to J-Rock's dealership. All right, and I'm gonna get me a Mercedes. And I want the standard Mercedes. That means I'm getting the roll-up windows and all of that. I ain't getting nothing button control. No button control, all rolled up finger. You got to do it all. Right? Standard. Dude. This console has half of what the standard issue is, man.
Yeah.
And you got people out here that don't know no better on Twitter sounding miraculously dumb, bro.
Oh, all the time. All the time. Because this isn't even new. This isn't even new. See, that's the thing about this. So to wrap up what he was saying, basically, these dudes, they took the chip, they put acid off the top to shave off the top, and they put it in the X-ray. They could see what's in these chips now, right? And they know what a Zen 2 processor core looks like. They know what an RDNA 1 processor core looks like. And the same for RDNA 2, because they've been out already on PC, right?
Right.
It's already been there. And they've done the same thing with that stuff, right? So when they look and they compare Zen 2 on the PC to Zen 2 in the PS5, it's missing something called FUs. Some of them were cut down. And that's going to hurt the performance. Now, you kind of expect some of that to happen when you're doing like a mobile version or like a cut down version of something. That's exactly what's in the PlayStation. They didn't find RDNA 2 GPU elements. They found RDNA 1.1 GPU elements. They found nothing hardware-wise for ray tracing, VRS. None of the stuff that RDNA 2 is known for is on the GPU. Not GPU. The SoC die itself. They're looking at it, right? With an X-ray. They shaved off that black stuff at the top, that the substrate at the top, so they can look at the circuitry of the chip. Every circuit is visible to them. If it was there, they would see it. It's not there because it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
But they've done the same thing for the Xbox chip, and all that stuff is there.
Yeah.
All the stuff they claim to be there is there. It all adds up. Okay, and they always say, we disabled this many, in production. Yeah, they can see the ones that are fused off at the circuits. Right. So they're not active. Even if they were working or not, they're fused off. And they could see that.
So from what Sick is saying, people, are you lost now as to why PlayStation is offering you a lot of remasters now and remakes?
Yep.
Do you get it now, Game Zero? Because if I give you the remakes and the remasters, I can make them look outstanding.
Right.
But see, when it comes to the new games, I can't compete. So I fool you with the remasters. Oh, look, J-Rock, I give you something like 60 frames per second. But I give you upscale 4K. That's what I give you. I give you an upscale dynamic resolution 4K, but I throw that 60 frames to make you go crazy. But at the same time, I'm giving you a remaster. I'm giving you a remake. Because with that RDNA 1.1, I can do a lot with that. When it comes to something saying, oh, here we go, 100% next gen, we can't demonstrate it. Why do you think Forbidden West looked like it did? We want to say, oh, because it was cross-gen. But we know now really why it did like it did. Look,
it was always going to look like that.
That's right. Look at GT7. That's their next gen. Look at it.
Yeah, that should look ass though.
Look like ass, bro. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, there's a major reason. We know the language of Sony. Sony has a big mouth. Sony likes to run their mouth before things even get started. That's what they do. But for 4 years, Sony done kept their mouth shut because they know damn well, like my man Marlon used to say, it's a wrap. They can't pretend. They can't pretend. So the best thing for them to do is be quiet, because there's this little thing when you get arrested. They tell you, you have the right to remain silent. And that's exactly what Sony is doing, because if they know they get to talking too much, the streets is watching.
Anything they say can and will be used
against them. That's why they don't want to go down as the laughing stock. Everything that you dudes made fun of Xbox, Sony doing it today. You look stupid.
Hey, live service games
extra stupid today.
The Microsoft
service
games programs.
Hey, the live service games, the multiplayer games. Jim Ryan came out and said that he's tired of this. He tired of these single player games.
Yeah,
he said it. Yeah, he said it. He's tired. He's tired of this shit. You know what he's tired of it? Because they don't make any money.
It wasn't. There you go, games.
They don't make it. They don't make it. Go ahead, J-Rock.
Listen, another reason they're forced to do these remakes and remasters is because most of their games, if not all, are basically one and done. So after that, listen. So after they're done, they're not getting any more money out of them. You know, so they don't have these Sea of Thieves games. They don't have Fortnite. They don't have Minecraft. They don't have those type of games with legs that could, still making residual income for years. So they're forced to they're pigeonholed into doing these type of things. These remakes and remasters and remakes of remasters. That's the only way they can get extra money out of those games.
I have a third reason for that. How they do these remakes and remasters, particularly, and it's a tactic that they picked up from Nintendo, because they did that with the Switch compared to the Wii U. Yo, why is it early on in the Switch, before there was really new content, there was a bevy of re-releases from the Wii U running at the proper performance level that they should have been when they were released on the Wii U and didn't, right? That's the same thing that Sony is doing. These one and dones, even the best of them, the God of Wars and whatnot, aren't getting the attach rates. If a system like the PS4 that sold 120 million systems has selling even 15 or even 20 million copies of one of their biggest games, that means most people, 80% or more, aren't buying their biggest games, the game that the system is known for, because all they're doing is playing the same old Call of Duty, FIFA, Madden, 2K. They're doing the same crap on any other system. They're not even on PlayStation for no other reason, because they just might have heard the name or whatever.
You saw Ghost of Tsushima hasn't even surpassed 10 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
what they do is they remaster or re-release these games, and then add $10 for the privilege, right? $10 for the privilege of replaying these games, right? And sometimes missing content, right? Like what they did with Last of Us, right? And just re-release the game, hoping to get back that money that they should have got in the first place.
But J-Rock, Ghost of Tsushima hit 10 million yet?
Nah, it's at 9 point something.
Yeah,
it's not at 10 yet. So you tell me, the game came out 2 years ago. There's 100 million plus PlayStation 5, right? And that game only sold 9 million copies. Yep. Halo 5, according to the data, only sold 10 million copies less than a year on an Xbox One have an installed base of 25 million people. And remember, you could buy these games dirt cheap on Amazon. That's what majority of people buying these games. Like nobody really buy a PlayStation exclusive full price. You could buy Ghost of Tsushima on Amazon like what $10 now. Like if you want to get the base one, yeah, it's like what $20 now because the game is old as hell. Now we're not talking about the director's cut. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the original Ghost of Tsushima. Spider-Man's like $10 or $20 on Amazon. I remember The Last of Us was $9 a couple of months ago. So how are these games are now selling like 15 to 20 to 30 to 40 million copies? And I know some people say, "Oh, but that's impossible because no game out there sold 40." That's true, but for 100 million PlayStation gamers, users out there, it should at least about what 15 million.
You think it'll do Animal Crossing numbers or something?
Right?
Yeah, Animal Crossing numbers. But see, that's the problem. Like, you know why I can't do Animal Crossing Nintendo numbers? Because majority of these PlayStation gamers
don't actually buy games. Yeah.
No, they just play multiplayer. So all of these dudes on Twitter, J-Rock, talking about exclusive sell consoles, you need exclusive, this and that. These guys only make a 0.1% of the market of the sales of PS4. If you go, everybody has a PS4 or a PS5. What they're playing right now, multiplayer. They can't wait for playing the new Call of Duty game or NBA 2K or FIFA or anything. They're not going to play a goddamn fucking game called The Last of Us. It's a very listen, it's not happening. Nobody buys a console just play 1 or 2 games every year. So, I thought Ghost of Tsushima sold like at least 15 million copies, but I was wrong.
No,
but
yeah.
And I thought the greatest game of all time, The Last of Us Part 2, I thought it sold like 30 million copies, but I heard that shit sold 10 million copies.
10 million.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Damn, that's like 2% of the fan base. 2%. Yeah. So what happened to the rest of the people who never played this game?
Right. All these people who talk all the time, who sing the praises all the time, and ad nauseum, they bring it up in conversations where they don't even matter. Where are all these people at? But it makes sense though. They spend all this time on Twitter. What possible time could they have to play games?
How many people buy a Horizon?
They're getting catfish. That's
all day.
How many people bought Horizon Forbidden West? How many people bought Horizon Forbidden West?
You say they're too busy in those OnlyFans catfish accounts.
Yep. Yeah, J-Rock. How many people bought Horizon Forbidden West? Sony didn't get the numbers out yet.
No numbers out yet.
No, because they're still doing the pack-ins,
the bundles. Yeah,
because they still doing the bundles to get the numbers up.
And listen, Microsoft did that shit in the 360.
Yeah, so let those numbers. Games Hero, let that bundle number get up, and then we'll hear about it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. And I know some people. Say, "Oh, but the bundles doesn't mean anything." Yes, it does. I'm gonna tell you why. When Horizon Zero Dawn came out, nobody bought that shit.
Because if it did well, trust me, this is Sony. They wouldn't have shut up about it. Yeah, but remember, God of War took what? It sold 20 million copies, right? How long you sold 20 million copies though? 5 years. So 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, that's facts. 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. So you told me that 5 year span, people bought this game for 20 million people bought the game, right? In 5 years. All right. So that means that either they didn't buy this game full price. We know this shit. Because you can buy God of War right now for $10 on Amazon. Brand new, come out the box from Sony headquarters, right? And it was bundled, legal. I remember it was called the Holiday PlayStation 4 bundle, right? So my little cousin wanted a PlayStation 4 at that time. And so it had God of War, The Last of Us. I think he had Horizon. and 3 games on the PS4 you buy for $2.99. All right, a lot of people bought that bundle because you get 3 games and for $2.99. You can't beat that price. That's what they count as a sale. Now, me personally, I don't count that's a sale because when I buy the damn game, I'm buying the console. I'm just basically getting the game for free. I didn't bought that. I didn't bought the damn game. I didn't want the damn game. Why would I buy? Like, so majority of people who buy the Horizon Forbidden West bundle, they didn't bought the damn game. Some of them uninstalled it on their hard drive. They didn't want to play that shit. All right, they're probably playing 2K now. So Sony forced these games as a bundle that count as sales. Hey, look, guys, Horizon Forbidden West sold what 15 million copies in 2 years. Wonder why? Like you wonder why? Because people just buy this on bundles. So at the end of the day, it's that Sony know what they're doing, but their fan base are so stupid they don't see reality. Yeah, they don't see reality. But Jim Ryan is doing what Phil Spencer doing now. He tired of this shit.
Powder.
Yeah, he tired of this shit. He tired of single player games. He actually
say that again for the people in the back, Game Zero. What's Jim Ryan doing now?
He's doing what Phil Spencer is doing since 2016. He tired of these single player games. What they're gonna do it now, they're gonna expand their gaming, genres.
What they're gonna do, Game Zero, they're gonna buy Bungie.
They already did.
And they did. You know why they bought Bungie?
Why they buy Bungie, Game Zero?
Because they can't do live service games. So Bungie is teaching these low talent developers who cannot make a good multiplayer game to save their life.
Well, I'll be damned.
So Sucker Punch, Naughty Dog,
Wait a minute, Naughty Dog. Wait a minute, Naughty Dog. You said something, Naughty Dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Naughty Dog was supposed to have a multiplayer for The Last of Us 2 since when?
To the launch. And it got
we're almost in 2023 and about what?
And it's not coming in 2003. Yeah, it's not coming in 2023. They said they're going to talk about it.
All they got is concept.
So they lied.
Yeah. No, really. Go back.
I think I remember them saying it was supposed to be here by 2022.
No. Go back to the Summer Game Fest. They had an interview with Jeff Keighley. He just said that more information is coming out in 2023. So they're going to talk about it in 2023. So that means that game, that multiplayer game is a standalone game, ain't coming out in 2023. It might come out in 2024 or later down the road because it's a different team doing it. And this is the first time they're making a big multiplayer game. And they need help. So that's why they bought Bungie. So at the end of the day, that ain't coming out anytime soon. So and Ben Studios coming out, they said they're making a multiplayer game. And so Jim Ryan doing what Phil Spencer is doing. He tired of this shit. But you know who fault is it though? And I'm sorry, take up your time, guys. It's Sean Layton. Sean Layton cursed the PlayStation brand. He didn't believe in these other genres. He only believed in that over-shoulder games because he wanted to tell a story with a character. And that's basically what he did.
I just wanted to put it in there. Look what I just said. You see? They lied to him.
They lied.
Yep.
They lied. But see, Jim Ryan. It's not Jim Ryan's fault. It's the previous regime fault. They didn't really expand the other genre. There's nothing wrong playing single player games. We're not gatekeeping single player games. There's a lot of good single player games out there, like The Witcher 3 and the Red Dead, right? But you gotta expand your portfolio, man. I can't sit down and play the same game and the same genre the past 7 years. Give me something different. Like Microsoft did that shit, like this generation, last generation. Yeah, they gave us like Flight Simulator, Gear Tactics, a tactical game for that. They gave us Ori. They gave us Killer Instinct. They're trying to do diversity stuff. Sony admits that they gotta expand the portfolio. They can't just sit down and insult people's intelligence and make these same movie games over and over and over. People get tired of it. And I think people are getting tired of it. What else you could do?
Problem is here, games, everybody out in the panel, chat community, they limited themselves to AAA games only.
Mm-hmm.
There's no.
Say it again for the people in the back.
They limited themselves to the AAA games only.
Yeah, that's true.
As whereas Xbox is supporting indie games, supporting everybody coming out,
and supporting AA games too.
You see, they're all coming out on Twitter, and we're all supporting them. We're all cheering on for them, coming out on Game Pass day one, delivering us promises. At the gate when they announced the Series X in a surprise announcement at that game developers, Phil stated that, hey, we are going to cater and usher you not only to a new generation, however, have you enjoy all your old generations all at the same time. Right now, they just delivered how many games in our game show? Sony hasn't even showed up to any E3s.
And supposedly they're going to be at Gamescom as well.
They can't do that.
Everything. They don't have the funds. They know that
they're trying to see games every year. That's why. They don't know games. Well, how much time are they going to show The Last of Us?
And they released no multiplayer. How sad is that? Give your fans something to go off by on and enjoy their time rather than going out there being salty and butthurt and catfish and trying to defend a plastic little trash box that can't even live up to its specs whatsoever. They're busy.
At least give them something where when they make comments, it hurts our feelings.
They rather go out there and spend that $70 and getting catfished than to go out there and spend $70 on an upgrade for a PS5 that can't even hit the specs of what they actually stated right at their conference, delivering with that Mark Cerny. I absolutely don't get that community. From now, calling them the catfish community. They deserve no respect. Even the CEO Jim keeps sitting there lying to everybody. In the beginning, he even lied to everybody, and now he's exposing the plans that he should have told everybody from the beginning. Be like, hey, we're porting to PC, we're doing the movies, and this is our future. But they held that back because of all the problems that the PS5 has given them, still giving them, will be giving them.
I think the PS3 cursed them a long time. It started with the PS3. They got too cocky.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got too cocky.
Sat there and fucked them. That's all there was to it.
Yeah, the PS3 fucked them. Because remember, they have a lot of franchises. They could. I told one of the PlayStation guys on Twitter, listen, if you want what's the game called? Sly Cooper. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But see, Sony could take like 15 people out of Sucker Punch. 15. You don't have to take 20. And a $10 million budget to make a AA Sly Cooper game. But they don't want that. They want to continue to make these big AAA games take 7-8 years down the line. And they don't want to take any risk. They could do it with Guerrilla Games. Tell about what? 70 people from Guerrilla Games to make SOCOM. Take the risk. But
they can't.
They can't. And you know why?
Because look, it looks too great. It looks too great to push into the face of investors that, hey, look, we got these Gottis. You know, we got all these awards. We got all this acclaim.
But who cares?
They do.
Apparently investors do. But the thing about investors is investors aren't invested in knowing anything about gaming. They just want to know about getting their money back.
Yeah. But who cares though?
Even the investors got catfished by Sony. That's how funny this company is.
But who cares about awards? But who cares about awards? Because think about it, man. If they bring back SOCOM, good or bad, that will be used for them because they can make a lot of money. But you know what the problem is? Their fan base wouldn't support it. Because majority of these people who own a PlayStation 4 and
Speak
5,
on it.
the majority of people who own a PS4 and PS5, they started gaming on the either on the 360. Majority are Xbox 360 players, and they've switched sides during the PS4 generation because of the Call of Duty marketing deal. After that, majority of these guys never experienced games like SOCOM, Resistance, and Twisted Metal, and all that stuff. PlayStation was like, why would we want to make these type of games anymore? There's no demand for these games. And I said again, if they bring back SOCOM, they will make a lot of money.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, and that could kill Rainbow Six Siege because it was in the same category.
Yep.
But the problem,
if they do it well,
they do it well. Yeah, and if you put that shit on PC, they will make buttloads of money.
Yep,
buttloads of
that
money.
should be on PC day one, crossplay, all of that. Yo, make it exclusive to both of those. Yo, doing killing.
Making a games a service.
Yeah, but see the problem is their fan base and they're gonna support it.
Yeah, man. Even if
they want to overshow the game.
It, gets back Zipper Interactive back together. And all that stuff. Get some of those people.
Speaking of Zipper Interactive, the guy who works there, you still made SoulCon. Guess what he works in now? He works at Microsoft.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's right. A lot of people went at 343. Listen, and see, that just goes to show. Even if Sony on their side did everything they had to, we're not confident in the success of something like that. That's how bad that player base is, man. That's goddamn.
They don't want to change
the right thing.
The thing what I'm not hearing from anybody is Sony's fault.
Yeah, it's Sony's fault to begin with.
Their community because Sony didn't look.
Now if they do the right thing,
never ever invested in online gaming. They never did. It was Sega that did it with Microsoft. They were investing in the online feature. So, what people forget is what JyzalGaming exposed a while back with it. Never forget the PlayStation 2 and never forget how they sold it. It was never about games to begin with. That's why people lose track of why Sony is like they are.
Yep.
Because Sony has always been a smoke and mirror. When I used to talk to Heba way back in the day, right? I used to tell him, I said, my approach when we would look at it, we didn't have social media, man. This stuff was out here in the streets. You could see it. When I saw PlayStation, I felt like Sony was just using the gaming industry for their CD disc. That's it. Because when I saw the console, it looked like a DVD CD/CD player. Yep. That's what it looked like. You hit the top, pops open, put the CD player in, shut it down. If a little laser hits, spins around the little thing. The game comes on. You done, hit it again, top come up, pull your CD in. That's a damn CD player. All right?
Might as well, because you could play CDs with it.
On lock. They had the CD-ROM on lock. They're the ones who made the games bigger for consoles. I give them that. But then, what were they selling the PlayStation 2? Media.
DVD.
Media. Music. Movies. It's right there on the internet, people. It's still in there.
And
they were selling it. That's why it hit 155 million and ain't never been able to hit it again. Because
no console will do that.
The reason why they can't do that again, they'll never do that again. You know why? Because we're no longer in a hardware era. Sony, that's what I'm trying to tell people. A company has at least 20 years to shine. And Sony's years were between the 80s to 2005. That was Sony's reign. They had it locked down because the beginning of Sony wasn't even the PlayStation. I keep telling people this. Sony's best invention wasn't even a damn console. It was the Walkman. It was first the Sony cassette tape to the Walkman The PlayStation came in 1996. So you're looking at once they got on top, they were going to stay with what worked for them. And what worked for them is let's stay close to the CD. It had nothing to do with games. They were buying all these developers up like they were damn music artists. I think it was me and J-Ro were just talking about how no, I don't know if it was me. No, it was somebody. I forgot.
It was me and you.
It was me and you, boss. When we were talking about the Metal Gear situation. Wasn't it me and you?
No, that was me.
Oh no! It wasn't the Metal Gear. It wasn't the Metal Gear. It was.
I was talking about Metal Gear.
Yeah, it was approaching how they're approaching developers like they're a music artist.
Oh yeah. We talked about that. But that Metal Gear thing, the 35th anniversary, we can't get 3 and 4. You can't get 4, I think. We can't get it. The article tells you. It's stuck on PS3. Damn, can somebody bring up the article? Look it up online.
It's stuck on PS3.
People think we be lying. Bro. In that article, because I was on the phone with Six Slayer, I read it out to him. Because the first thing I said, Sick, am I lying? We're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me gaming, right? The first thing I said to Six Slayer when he said that, because I was rolling. I said, oh, snap, you telling me we get to play Metal Gear 4? He was like, hold on, let me see. So I'm on my phone, I'm looking. I'm reading in the article. They're like, the contract, the reason you even get Metal Gear 3 is because the contract just ended. Did anybody just hear me? The contract just ended?
Yep, that means
Sony out here, and we still don't get 4.
Sony was paying them, but even when we had 2 and 3 in the HD collection, the HD collection wasn't up for sale anymore because Sony was paying for it. Meanwhile, the contract just ended and now it's coming back.
Hey, I won't show the article. I gotta research that article.
Coming back. It's new. It's the new one. It just came out. This was this week. And I told Six Slayer, I said, damn, bro, you mean to tell me that Sony's still holding Metal Gear Solid 4 hostage, bro? And this is why they used to think Crash Bandicoot was theirs. When they look, kudos to J-Rock, right? They pushed that Blu-ray so hard, the donkey community thought Blu-ray belonged to Sony. This is how dysfunctional they are, man.
They were a key leader, but they
don't know truth in gaming. They don't know it.
Right.
That's their problem. So you can't depend on a Sony fan to tell you facts. A real one will, but good luck trying to find a real one. Good luck.
Hey, they said Metal Gear Solid 4 could come to the Xbox 360, but it was too complicated. Because the Xbox 360 DVD-based disc drive just didn't cut it. That's a lie.
That's a lie, bro.
It would have been a lot of DVDs because there was a lot of video in the game. I have the game. I still own the game. That was the one game that I actually beat on that system, right? It was because there was a lot of videos on the disc, but the game itself could have fit on a DVD. It was all the video content and stuff. That's it. That's all they did.
But why did this two? Okay, I understand Blu-ray owns more, storage, right?
Right.
But why did this what's the name? You just do double disc. Now
because of all the videos, it wouldn't be 2 discs, it would have been like 8 or something. It was just lots of HD video for no reason.
Yeah, I know. I play Metal Gear Solid 4. It's more cutscenes in gameplay. We know that. Right. So and right here, I don't know if this website is fake or not. They said the GameProof.com. He says Sony did not pay for the Metal Gear Solid 4 exclusivity. Konami just didn't want to make it the port of 360.
I don't think that's true at all.
I don't think that's true. Yeah.
No, say that again. What'd you say now?
They said that Sony did not pay for the Metal Gear Solid 4 exclusivity. Konami, Kojima did not want to make the port of the 360. Now, this is where it's not true. If this is true or not, if this is true, so why Xbox got Metal Gear Solid 5 then?
Exactly.
That makes no sense. Yeah. They said the privilege of the entity was Sony must have secured exclusive DVD for the game. It wasn't true. Had Kojima choose to pull the 360, his boss will surely attempt the decision, but he wasn't ready to make the jump. So if that's true, why is Metal Gear Solid 4 is still hostage on the PS3? Why they can't
Because
export?
Sony never made any kind of backwards compatible technology for PS3 games onto PS4 or PS5. Their backwards compatibility. See, and that's the worst thing about it. Sony used to be the leaders because what they used to do was put the chip from the last system in their new system. Like the chip from the PS1 is in the PS2. The chip for the PS2, at least at first, was in the PS3. Right now, the PS4 and the PS5, because it's like PC technology, is just in and of itself, it's backwards compatible, right? But every PlayStation up until the PlayStation 4 was always backwards compatible, right? That was the thing they did in hardware, so they didn't have to do it in software. But even when they stopped with that, they started doing little bits of emulation, like the PS1 on the PSP and then on the Vita, right? And like even the PlayStation 1 emulation on the PS3 was software emulation, but that was easier to do even back then. That's easy. Computer, stop. But they never sat there and worked on backwards compatibility when they should have.
Stop.
My Alexa, I would call Alexa because my TV ads seem to trigger it more often than calling computer.
This man
but anyway,
Tony Stark.
I swear to God. But I don't have the holograms. I just wish I had that. But
Sony doesn't have the talent. Sony doesn't have the talent.
Yeah, no, but
Microsoft does on how to marry.
Oh, they don't either, but they never even spent the time even really trying, because they could have started way before Microsoft. It's just like when we talk about streaming. They bought Gaikai way back before Microsoft even started development on xCloud. That's how early they were in this, but they're the ones who are in the back seat now, right? In both streaming and backwards compatibility. And just now,
one thing to add to that, though, Sick, real quick, is that a lot of people keep forgetting that Gaikai's technology was kind of really low. Was very below the line, man. It was bad technology anyway. Yeah, so they probably realized at the last minute that, man, we can't do nothing with this. This thing is trash.
Hey, I wanted to correct Six Slayer. Microsoft started cloud computing in 2006. It's just they were starting on it.
No, but what? Not talking about for xCloud, cloud computing, and
okay, for xCloud, definitely.
Yeah, because cloud computing been around for a while.
Yeah, right. That's .NET and Azure and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about
Oh no, I know.
Right.
I know.
So my theory is, go ahead.
I'm just saying that they were not the originators, but they started in this so early. The fact that they're so far behind, especially now, and they just released this whole PlayStation Network thing that combines PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, you would think it would be the ultimate expression of all of that, right? Of 5 PlayStation consoles and 2 handhelds of history that they could be selling to people that could, in theory, destroy Game Pass. It's not even a shadow of Game Pass. And then the next thing they do, these stupid fanboys try to inflate the numbers to make it look like it's even bigger than Game Pass, which it's not. It's ridiculous.
It's all propaganda. We
propaganda.
We know those tactics already. Y'all I got a quick question for y'all. What you think about the FTC, the possibility of the FTC approving the Activision deal next month?
It will go through.
Absolutely. It will, but it's going to go through even faster than we thought. But peep game though, the Bungie thing is already done. And remember, the Bungie thing was announced after the Activision thing, like a month later, maybe, or a couple weeks at least, right? Close enough. It made it seem like that was Sony's answer. Like it made it seem like that was Sony's answer, right? Mm-hmm. But it's already complete, done. They own them now, right? In fact, I think they announced that yesterday or today. Yeah, like it's done now, right? So this thing was announced a month earlier, and this is the news we're getting. Yo, it could be done before the new Call of Duty is out. I'm starting to think that.
The Bungie deal probably went through quicker because there's no doubt in anybody's mind that Bungie's going to remain multi-plat.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's sweating this thing except for PlayStation ponies. So it looks like it's going to be done around September. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe even earlier. Who knows?
Yeah, me too, man. What do you think? What do you think?
That's when the EU is supposed to finish up their so-called investigation, because remember they all of a sudden put their name in the hat, talking about like, we need to get some of this too. So
next year is going to be the Bethesda, Activision, Xbox showcase. They need to come up with a new name.
Add Blizzard 2 into that mix. Yep.
If E3 comes back, they're all probably going to have to wind up having their own days or something, because the big question is everybody's jazzing about E3 coming back, but the question is, okay, E3 coming back, but who's coming with them? Is Nintendo going to come back? Yeah, we know Microsoft will, because Microsoft, Phil's a big advocate for E3, but will Nintendo come back? Will Sony come back? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a whole lot of real estate of open days, because remember, E3 is practically a whole week long. So that's a whole lot of days.
If Xbox does another big acquisition, they're pretty much the industry. They could do the whole E3 by themselves.
Yeah, they should buy Ubisoft or something, so right. that way it's...
I wouldn't be surprised if Phil bought Sony soon.
Nah, that won't fly. That's one of the biggest red flags that the FTC will not let fly is buying out a competitor.
The EU ain't gonna like that, because the EU will be salivating. Like, they love trying to get easy money out of Microsoft.
I got a question for Fireballs.
No, I ain't getting no doggone donuts. They close right in my face.
Oh, that's grimy.
If Nintendo goes to E3, what do you want them to show? Another Mario Brothers game? Another Luigi game? You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why my Switch doesn't get played no more. Okay. What do I want?
The thing is, they got that fan base.
Now, you want to surprise me? Donkey Kong, Mike Tyson's Punch Out or something, right? Surprise me.
Forget that. You want to surprise me?
But
show me a next gen, a current gen system.
I didn't want to even go there. I'm not even gonna go there.
No, I am.
That's why I wasn't even gonna entertain that. Where's the Star Fox game?
I sweep the leg.
I know.
The only good thing about Sony and Nintendo is just stay online and show off what you have online. Don't waste anybody's time at E3.
That's right.
For Nintendo,
let me finish off because I'm gonna make a point here, right? There's a reason why these companies, man, are quiet. Because look what G-Man just said, right? Metroid is not even niche, bro. I don't even want to prove Metroid's lackluster sales, right? I don't even want to prove that anymore. Splatoon, yeah. Splatoon is just heavy over there. Smash Brothers, yeah, But there's no Donkey Kong. There's no powerhouse generation to generation game, because it takes some 15 years to make a game, right? Mm-hmm. Sony, what they gonna show you? God of War's coming out today, right? When I mean today, I'm talking about this year. What are they gonna show you?
The Last of Us remake. The Last of Us remake.
There you go, right? They gonna show you that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Last of Us 2 remake. That's right.
You know what's crazy about that
See,
Metroid?
The thing is, these donkeys can't even tell you what they're gonna get now. Right. Now it's all Spider-Man.
And if Spider-Man got delayed let's say it gets delayed, right? So the whole year of 2023 for Sony, they're gonna bank on third-party time exclusive games like Final Fantasy and Forspoken. Now, for Final Fantasy is not a system seller. Nobody buys a PlayStation to play Final Fantasy. This is not the mid-2000s that Final Fantasy was the biggest JRPG
and this Final Fantasy, it definitely is going to push any units, because they're completely deviating away from what made Final Fantasy.
What I'm saying is, What is Sony gonna show at E3 in 2023?
Nothing.
Tell me.
No.
Let me ask Big Money. Hold on, Big Money's here clapping for Sony. Let's get him in here. Let's throw some carrots at him, y'all. Put some carrots. Okay, Big Money. Big Money, you got the answers for PlayStation. We need some help here. What games is Sony gonna show for E3 for you, fam?
E3's next year. It's coming back next year.
What
they
you
got for
VR
us?
game. VR game.
We don't want to hear Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2's already been shown. Wolverine's already been shown. So what?
Show me what you got.
These shovelware VR games.
That's exactly why they don't need to be at E3, bro. You know
yeah, man. These shovelware VR.
That's it.
Rick and Morty out here, bro.
These developers, right, that are out here that are actually making next-gen games, that's all I want to see. That's all I want to hear from. Then I want to see what Xbox got coming out. That's all I want to see, bro. I'm in next-gen mode. I don't care about nostalgia anymore, bro. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, put it on Xbox, I'll play it. But don't tell me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the reason I'm buying the Series X. So there's a difference here. Nintendo wants me to buy a Nintendo console to play Mario Brothers. Nah, bro. Nah. It ain't working like that no more. They want me to buy it because of Zelda game. Nope. It ain't working like that no more. Because once I buy that game, bro, there ain't nothing else to buy. I don't have no justification in my purchase anymore. I almost damn near put my Switch on sale on eBay.
Fleabay.
Well, you told the truth. Don't worry about what Microsoft is doing. We over here with no games. Microsoft is out selling PlayStation month to month. Don't worry about what Microsoft is doing. But you told the truth. I got to give you props. You're just emotional. We don't. Here's the answer from a PlayStation fan. We don't know yet. Next.
Wait. He said that Microsoft had no game for 8 years. That's a lie, dude.
We're not going there, Game Hero.
That's
the emotional side. He told the truth when he said we don't know.
No, yeah. I got your props for that because these ponies, man, accountability is like kryptonite. It's kind of like some women, but anyway.
Yo, that's funny. Every time they said they had no 8 years.
Let me say something. Big Money. Shouldn't you be out there on Twitter helping out your friend Ragnarok come for Xbox? He's been catfished and exposed by Marlis. Now my homeboy.
Oh man.
Let me finish. Big money. My homeboy. LGBTQ has found some interest to Ragnarok come for Xbox. Repeat this. Listen to this. Mr. What has Microsoft done for the last 8 years? It's crushed you little phony ass fucks. Hey, I see you're into men. I'm a man, and I can send you some news for free. No need to pay catfish. I can pretend to be a girlfriend for you too.
Damn, Big Money. Come on, man.
No, man.
They're out there struggling. Why don't you go help them out, Big Money?
Damn, Big Money.
On Twitter begging for rent money, sitting there capping for a video game that you don't even have an achievement for in your PSN profiles.
My thing is Big Money. My thing, Big Money, just like with the last clown from the last show, is if you have if Xbox is nothing to worry about, why are you here? You're only here because you're afraid. You're fearful of something.
They got no games to play, dude.
You don't come. People that you beef with, you don't come snooping around to see what they're doing or ask around what they're doing if they're nothing to worry about.
It's too fun over here, man. Look, how can you not enjoy New Legal, Six Slayer, 111 Evolve, 117 Evolve, JyzalGamingTV, Fireboss, and Games Hero in the Chit Chat community, man, where he's welcomed. He's welcome despite being a carrot eater, man. He's welcome here. Listen, I told y'all, I asked him, right? This is what he gave me. This is the answer.
Fair question, fair answer.
This is the answer he gave me. So did he really give me an answer? Look at it. Look at the answer. We don't know yet.
No, it's a perfect answer. He gave you the same answer that Sony even knows.
Good answer.
Knows. They don't know.
That's
They
what
don't know.
gave me.
He don't know.
Hey, look,
community.
Family Feud.
Hey, look, first party, right? Microsoft gonna have a Dust Falls coming out what next week? This week,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, listen. They will have the Grounded 1.0, Pentiment, Starfield, Redfall, and Forza Horizon, right? That's 6 games in less than in 12 months.
So I don't want to hear nobody else running their mouth about there's no first party coming out for 2023.
But listen though. God of War got delayed, Horizon and GT7 got delayed to this year, right? After this year, November, right? In the first half of 2023, when we play in Starfield, when we play in Redfall and Forza Motorsport, what would the pony gonna play? They're gonna play Twitter all day, them controlling that we eating over here, and they're starving. The only game they're gonna play is Forspoken, but they ain't playing that shit. Nobody not playing that crap.
Of course not.
No, that game is dog shit. So the end of the day is they don't have no games to play in the first half of 2023. Now, what will Sony do in the second half? They don't know. The only game is confirmed a first party is Spider-Man 2. Well, let's say that game got them. That means that they don't have anything next year. So we got a roadmap. They don't have a roadmap. The roadmap ends November. That's
That
it.
is so true, bro. They have no roadmap, bro.
That's it. We know why they don't have a roadmap. They put all their eggs in one basket.
And you know why they did that?
They emptied the clip.
You know why they did that? Because they had no choice.
They had no choice. And whose fault is that too? It's Sean Layton's fault. Layton's fault. Because during the PS3 era, they ain't had no fucking games. So all their studio was making prototypes and stuff, right? And they like Ghost of Tsushima started after Infamous 2. Horizon took 7 years. The God of War reboot takes 6 years. Ghost of Tsushima took 6 years.
Hell, all of these games that took 10 years.
The Last Guardian took 10 years. All of these games took a long time. And when the second half of PlayStation of the 2000 last generation, yeah, we admit that PlayStation was pumping up games after games after games, like God of War, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, and they'll have standalone games like Forbidden West, Ragnarok, and all that stuff. After Ragnarok, the road stops. That means that all their studios like Sucker Punch, Naughty Dog, Santa Monica Studios, all these studios have to reset now. The reset button.
Games Heroes don't even realize I have the article of what he's saying.
Yeah,
dude,
the reset button.
You just don't realize. Look, everybody. Y'all think Games Heroes is lying? Here it comes. Watch. It's popping up here in a minute.
Yeah, they gotta have the reset button. And the reset button is real.
Hold on, Games Heroes. I got you justice. Give me 1 second. G-Man 2050 says all our exclusives are on Game Pass usually. We got college, work, families, etc. We play as we please and can download games, not just the lag on clouds. Facts. Now watch this. Bam. What does that say? Games Heroes? Sony is quite aware of their delays, people.
Yeah.
You can't see. Here's the thing, Games Heroes. They can't pretend with me. It's like I say, I take all the air out the room. So you can come with all that stupid stuff on Twitter, but when you come here, you can't come with that stupid stuff. You're gonna hit brick walls because I got all my stuff prepared, bro. It's all on the internet, man. It's not hard to find this stuff. Nope. Sony is monitoring the risk of delays in production schedules of first-party and partner studio games. That's it. It's all you need to know. We don't have to sit up here and say Sony's garbage, Sony's trash, Sony has no game. We're not corny like y'all. All we're going to do is tell you day and date is coming. Your exclusives are going to PC. The reason why it looks like you got games because Sony delays those games. That's how we talk to y'all. And you know what y'all do? You hee-haw it. You hee-haw it until it comes to light. Then you know what we do? We laugh at you. So so Game Heroes is telling the truth. But the fact is, Sony knows Game Heroes is telling the truth. They're quite aware of the fact that they delay their games. But the problem is this. You can only delay this generational games so long until it starts to look bad on you. Now you got God of War that had to come out. Because I told y'all, if God of War is going to be the game that is supposed to be the game, it will come out the same year Hellblade came out. Did I not say that?
Yep.
And then we go fight, right? Yep. Then we go put our fist up and fight. But who chickened out? Who chickened out? Because God of War didn't have to come out. Right. It didn't have to come out. Sony wasn't saying anything.
I thought God of War. I thought God of War should came out in March, but I took an L because why they put God of War in November?
Because now say that Games Hero. Here's why. It wasn't even about the game coming out in December. It wasn't about the game supposed to come out in March. All right. Here's what it was all about. They were afraid
of Skyfall.
Here's what it was all about. We have to keep our status up by making our community think we have a game. See, we have to make our community feel validated for buying our console. So we have to put a game out so they can say, ha, 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 look, we got another game and y'all don't have no game to play. That's it. That's it. That's why God of War came out. It didn't have to. But see, they started dick picking and losing their minds. And then so it got embarrassing. So they delayed Forspoken and replaced Forspoken with God of War.
God of War.
You saw the dates were even wrong, bro. Do you really think, okay, put it like this, game traders. Do you really think Sony was going to drop God of War the same day as Starfield?
Hell fuck no.
There you go. So when they
remember, if Microsoft never delayed Starfield, God of War will come out in 2023.
Game Hero, now you with me, bro? Come on. All y'all got to do is think. Look, Starfield was going to be the game of this year. That's it. Look. The PlayStation community wasn't even talking about God of War. They didn't even know when it was coming out. They were talking about Starfield. The PlayStation community was even talking about Starfield. You can't make this up.
Yep. They were hyped about it because they thought it was exclusive.
Right. Because they deep down they hyped about it, but they got to put on they donkey suits for Twitter. So they got Starfield all in their mouth. This is why when Starfield got delayed, right? It was bigger than any PlayStation game. The delay of Starfield, the delay, bro. Think about that. The delay shut down the internet.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? A delay. So we know who has the bigger game. We know right off the bat.
Yeah, imagine if they announced a delay for Gran Turismo before it came out. Nobody would have cared.
Nobody said a word. Because Horizon Forbidden West got delayed. Nobody said a word. Returnal got delayed. Nobody said a word. But let that damn Starfield get delayed, boy. And it was gospel.
Yep.
It had to be so. It had to be told. So we know who has the bigger game.
Hey, but legal. Remember in 2015, people don't remember this, right?
Right.
2015, Sony Andrew House admits that PlayStation first party games are sparse.
Right.
All right. House says that we'll continue to work on third party in the light of weak first party offers.
Right.
Now, you know why he say that? Because a lot of games they had, they all got delayed to the second half of the console generation.
Right.
So that means that in 2023, it's deja vu over again. because now they're in the sports world now.
Right.
Remember, they got Spider-Man 2. Do we have a release date? No. Do we ever see gameplay trailer for that game? No. No.
There you
go. Now, what the last time PlayStation released a game on time? Zero. Right. So my prediction is that Spider-Man is coming in 2024 and Wolverine is coming in 2025 or early 2026. So between that time period, Sony is gonna just banking on what? Third-party time exclusive games like Final Fantasy, Forspoken, whatever they have, and VR games. Now, would the donkey community, would these ponies accept that? No, yes, they would.
Of course not.
They wouldn't. So, take your time, Sony. The greatness will come soon. Right. But for Microsoft, once Microsoft delayed Starfield, it was like a big talk of the town. Oh, Xbox got no games this year. What is Xbox gonna have? Zero first party.
They started using that as a stepladder into a whole bunch of other crap. Look Undead Labs. Look Undead Labs. They're having issues. Look at 343. They're having issues.
Yeah, issues. Yeah. So in the first half, I said it again. Once Starfield, Redfall, and Forza drops, they got nothing to compete with that. Forspoken ain't gonna beat none of these fucking games. That game died.
No, bro, that game's gone. Look what G-Man said.
That game is gone, dude.
That game gone, bro. It's just there. It's just gone, bro.
Yeah, that game got delayed like what, 3-4 times already?
Big money. Big money. Hold on.
And everybody can tell.
Games Heroes. Tell them what game we about to play soon. He asked us a question. Do you guys have anything to play
on the mic?
What's going on? Sound like somebody fighting to win.
Word. Yeah, man.
Big Money said, do you guys have Big Money says, do you guys have anything to play this year? Oh, I'll wait. Got Nintendo type games. Tell them the game.
No, we got the Forza 5 DLC, the Hot Wheels coming on Tuesday. And we got the As Dusk Falls coming out. And listen, Big Money, I will blast so hard.
Hold on, you stopped. You stopped.
Don't forget High on Life coming out as well.
You forgot High on Life. You forgot Scorn. See, that's the thing. I don't even like telling them. I just want. I'm
because
ready to
there's so many you're gonna forget a couple and then feel bad about it.
Yeah, because I already know what y'all got. God of War. You don't have nothing else.
Straight coming out, Big Money.
Yeah. They're not playing that. It's God of War. Look, bro.
That's a shame. That's a shame when we can name your games more than you can.
Fact.
That's a shame.
It's God of War. That's it.
Game right now for the catfish community, they're getting asked out by LGBTQ from the men. That's what they're going to be playing.
But the council of clowns is now ashamed of you, Big Money. Hang your nose and your shoes on the door and leave.
But listen, the hypocrite. Listen, they're clowning Dust Falls, they're clowning Grounded, and they're clowning Pentiment. Oh, these games are not.
But they get a kitty cat game, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, okay, we get it. They're not AAA games. Yeah, we get it.
They had their run with their Forbidden West bows and arrows. That's all they have: bows and arrows and what hack and bush games.
Yeah, but it's Return. But Return wasn't even a AAA game either.
Nothing.
But they capping that for that.
But hold on, J-Rock got something to say.
Hey, yo, I heard Ninja Turtles were more successful than Returnal. That true game?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it got 1 million sales already.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That Turtle game sold 1 million copies.
You know what else sold 1 million? There's another one. Was anybody paying attention?
What?
Y'all, I gotta look it up. Here you go. Let me look it up real quick. Y'all keep talking. I'll tell you. I was putting those games out.
Hey man, I will laugh so hard. Hey, listen, I will laugh so hard that As Dusk Falls get a higher score than that little cat game. All right, because
I'm just saying, that's how it be. That's how it be.
Hey, I saw J-Rock post a emoji just a while ago, and the cat just hit a bottle. The cat on the table just hit a bottle off the table in a 2-second clip. Come on, man. Hey,
wow.
Look, man. Hey, look.
It's like, wow, bro, really?
Hey, look, man. If you happen that game up, hey, look, man. I'm for. Hey, look, man, that's your game. And I listen. The game could be good. I know gonna cap.
Oh, it was Resident Evil 2 with 10 million. My bad.
Oh, okay.
That's too much.
Don't forget that Cat's Whiskers got ray tracing on it too.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, okay.
Look at
Okay,
G-Man over here undercoverly putting out TKOs, y'all. And
Right,
God of War is
right.
on PC
Shoot.
though. That's right. And
They've
that's
been
it.
dragging. They've been dragging last gen.
And their PCs are ran by Microsoft.
Yo, you know what's going to kill God of War?
What's gonna kill God of War?
Call of Duty.
Look.
Oh, Jesus
you got
Christ.
a
For
point
free.
there. Let me tell
For
you,
free
man.
on Game Pass. Yep.
It's
It's
not about freedom gameplay. You thought Elden Ring was bad? Yo, you think Elden Ring was bad? Jeez.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Lying,
this is
dude. Elden Ring.
dangerous. I can say it's dangerous.
Elden Ring isn't even a big game. Call of Duty is a juggernaut. Majority of people gonna buy a PlayStation 5 this holiday ain't God of War, dude. Trust me. That's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
He's got a point there. It's a good point.
I'm
just waiting to see this. I'm waiting so bad because I already saw who chickened out. I see who chickened out. Sony chickened out, man, but I can't blame them because God of War is 1.1, bro. It's gonna look like a PlayStation 4 game, and the donkeys are gonna come out talking about, oh, it's the best. Here's what I'm waiting to hear. It's the best game I've ever seen. Right.
They're gonna end up
waiting for that.
Spending the weekend finishing it off, then going back on Twitter capping again.
No, they won't finish it off, fam. You gave them too much credit. It'll take 7 months to finish that game. They gonna try to drag that game all the way to Spider-Man 2, bro.
But game trailers is correct as well too, stating that their roadmap is November.
Yeah.
What else? And then VR is gonna kick in with the remakes and remasters.
And they ain't even gonna buy that.
They're gonna have a heavy investment
now. They're gonna
of VR games now. These shovelware VR games, like I think they're making a Horizons VR game coming out. Nobody cares about that. Like, who's gonna buy that? Like, and listen, VR is a niche device. It's not mainstream.
Big money. You home here, fam. You know it. You be careful, man. Be safe, brother.
Later.
Yeah. Think about it. The PlayStation VR sold what? 4.95 million copies in like 6 years. So what do you think? How many people gonna buy VR 2? Zero. Like, it's very niche.
The thing is, man, we're in a hard time. So anybody thinking that these numbers are gonna be galactic, you're wrong. This is why Game Pass is killing it out here. Because they're not understanding, man, how game. See, look, God of War come out, right? God of War is not going to help the industry. All right, God of War is gonna the money from God of War is gonna go back to Sony, and then they got to chop it up, give it to the developers, right?
Yep.
But Game Pass helps the industry out. It helps the whole industry because what it does is it activates a service, it engages a community. The game that gets picked gets an engagement rate. The developers make their money easily because I was going to go back to this. Why can't Metal Gear 4 just be digitally ported now? What's the problem? Right? I can understand the hardware problem, but we've been long gone out of that problem. We're in digital world now, so we can send that digitally on Xbox now. But that's either here nor there. You see what I'm saying with this issue here? Think about it. We can do whatever we need to do now for the industry to grow through the service and the power of Game Pass. So when they did not believe that, because remember, somebody here has been shooting his name out, Sean Layden, right? He had to eat his words, right? Because before it can be proven, Sean Layden had a lot to say about Game Pass. But once Game Pass proved itself, you didn't hear about Sean Layden no more. As a matter of fact, he had to go. And so now Game Pass made all of its haters shut up. It's all good, Pyro. It made all of the haters shut up. And now you got devs coming out doing the talking. Man, You know, because what it is you gotta make the game. You gotta make sure it's distributed through physical. It's gotta go to the stores. Stores get its money. The sales hit. The devs have to bite their fingernails off, worrying about if their game is gonna sell. Has it hit a number? The companies, the publisher gets their cut. Then the devs get their cut, right? They don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. They put the game out on Game Pass. Game Pass is already bought. See, Microsoft isn't paying Game Pass anything. They created it. It's self-integrated. So all they're doing is, hey, we believe this game will bring numbers, will bring a community out. Okay? We believe in that. We see your artwork. We know that it looks like a game that our community will support. So here, I'll tell you what. Don't worry. Here's $3 million. Right there, right then and there. The game ain't even sold yet. Here's $3 million. Let's put it on Game Pass. All right? Now, if this game sells over 3 million, you're paid already. So you gotta talk to Microsoft and see which plan is gonna fit you better. Mm-hmm. This is why Square Enix made what, $13-12 million off of Marvel's Avengers, because Microsoft wanted it on Game Pass. They was like, look, we want it over here. We're gonna give you $12-13 million right off the top. Right off the top, bro. Nobody's doing that.
Plus, for every play, they're getting more money.
But see, that's right. Once they do that, Microsoft was like, you took the money, good, because now everything that hits on that is our money. That's right, Sick. That's how it works. So if the developers want their money up front, it's like anything else, right? I give you that money up front, that's it. Now it's on Game Pass. If it sells more, then hey, it sold more. You ain't gonna get that money. But if it sells less, okay, we took a
unless that's in the contract, depending on what they want, depending on the situation.
Right. If Microsoft doesn't hit high numbers, it's okay with Microsoft because it still was a game that would have never probably got played. Look at Peppa Pig right now.
Yep.
Look at Peppa Pig.
That's gonna get so much play from people who would have never even thought. Just because of the talk that's been happening.
Y'all saw my post in the DM. Even the Japanese over there playing it.
Facts.
People are gonna play Peppa Pig for real.
I'm not buying the game, Six Slayer.
Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying, but they gonna play it.
Illegal. Peppa Pig is a global.
Peppa Pig is global, bro.
That's a global powerhouse.
Peppa Pig
that's a global
about
powerhouse.
to get paid off of this. You kidding me? No. It's ironic.
Panel, do you guys see the difference between the communities? We cherish, embrace, and we enjoy the games that are being released and not limited to what we have out here. Whereas the catfish community sitting there capping with dick pics and for release.
And they would have been talking that junk too. And they would have been talking that junk about Peppa Pig, but we owned it now. We owned it.
True,
they can't even talk crap about it. They don't even say anything about it.
No matter what, we all try to on 8-bit systems, 3-bit systems, on TVs that we had to rotate the dials just to get tuned in properly, enjoying our time out there. And this is what we're still doing. And this is what the community is all about, enjoying their time with every single game released and supporting developers rather than being out there on the other side of the fence, degrading, trashing, disrespecting.
That's true.
Pedophiling, all of that nonsense to the developer. Look how stressed they are. That developer went on Twitter crying on being disrespected, harassed, and embarrassed by whom? Because they're not telling them a release date for a game just for them to sit there and start a console wars.
Yep.
That's the difference between the communities, and they sit there and they talk about Xbox is toxic fans. No. We're just sitting there kicking up dust, You either ride with us or collide with us. And as it stands, that community is full of shit, toxic, immature. I'm speechless now. I'm just getting heated on this one right now. That's
it's true though, man. It's like it's a difference, bro. It's always been a difference. That's what
we're connected worldwide right now, as taking the words right out of everybody's mouth on the panel. Japan, Mexico.
That's right.
Canada.
You don't see any. That's right.
The Japanese just realized it themselves.
Yep,
Just
they
like
only just realized.
Colombia right now is just starting to market their 20 years and everything, celebrating Xbox right now. Madagascar, everybody's out there right now throwing it down for Xbox, and they see how toxic the PlayStation whatever catfish community is out there, going on their threads and sitting there throwing clown faces. Oh, they got 0 games. Okay, where's your sources for that? You're sitting there and trying to distract a community that's real tight and enjoying everything. We're sitting there positively influencing, positively talking, positively taking our videos and sharing it, the gameplay that we have. Even JyzalGaming sitting there shouting out his game nights, which is amazing. Just seeing him and his crew enjoying what they really love doing in this, playing video games and nothing but positive.
Don't give JyzalGaming that much credit, man. It ain't JyzalGaming when he be playing those games.
Even you knew people right out there on your
come with the conspiracy theories now.
I know, right? I just saw that coming out of nowhere.
Just sitting there getting the paying men for pictures as where we could, get that for free.
All turn to Alex Jones just there.
Facts. Yeah,
that's the difference. Our community is green, blooming, and we're all about the previous, current, next generation. It's all coming out slowly, and it's all rolling out slowly. The trailers, third wave of games. That's where you see the power truly unlocked with that Series X and S with full features enabled, and that's what it is with Hellblade. With games coming out in the future, they haven't even talked about Hellblade. They're just holding out their back pockets right now. That's when the third heat wave will come in, and they're gonna feel it, and that's where they're gonna break. They're gonna get tired. They're gonna tap out.
You said something, 117 Evolved that resonate right there with Smitty Smith was saying, what I was saying. You literally right now on Twitter see the Xbox community worldwide. Just alone between the U.S. and the Japan is beautiful. And they used to always talk about us, right? But I was saying this to JyzalGaming today. But the Japanese community sound like us. They sounded just like us when they started coming out. They didn't come out being this toxic stuff and what they try to hide. Like I said, they try to take the name fanboy and make it the most vile name out there when it's not really a vile name at all. It just means you're a fan of something. You don't have to go to the extreme negative. You don't have to go to the extreme positive. But when I was watching my Japanese comrades come out and you translate them, there's an Xbox language that never changes, no matter where you're from in this world. It stays the same. And what were they trying to do? They were just trying to talk to their friends and let them know what Xbox was providing. They had monitors and they were like, yo, the PlayStation 5, I can't even play these games from what my monitor requires. First they were tripping. Then when they started seeing Game Pass, then when they started seeing, because you remember we noticed that their Game Pass is even different from our Game Pass. They don't have the same Game Pass. They have their cultural games on their Game Pass. And what were they praising Microsoft for? These Japanese games that they would rather have to buy. Now these games that they love, they don't have to buy. Same feeling we do.
Yep.
You see? And you saw it. And then they had something to talk about. And what was it, Six Slayer? The number one thing that they wanted us to see?
They were buying games.
Vanderpool, the number one thing they wanted us to see. Yo, from the Caribbeans? Yo!
Worldwide.
Yo, wait a minute. I am Vanderpool from the Caribbean, Man. Yo, have you a good night, man. Remember, always come back, man. You can check us out. Subscribe to us, brother. We're thankful that you're here today, man. You made it home. We welcome you, bro. We welcome you. Be safe out there, man. Heck yeah, sleep well, man. You out there in the Caribbean, man. I need me a seafood platter, but man. Just let me know, man, when I need to come through. But yeah, what was the number one thing that they wanted to let all of us know? That the Xbox was what? Beating that PlayStation 5 ass over there.
Oh yeah.
And when they did that
for months now.
Dude, they made sure They kept us updated month to month to 2 week to 2 week, bi-weekly. Did you hear any of the donkeys go after them? 117? I ain't seen one yet. Go over there and attack that community. You know why? Because it's like I said before, this generation.
There's been a few that try to call themselves trying to.
That's like shooting themselves in the foot. That's like shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, that's
they ain't doing a lot of that.
Because Japan was the pawn country for last gen for them. All the third-party gaming publishers used Japan last generation. Remember? They used it to mock us.
They ain't doing that.
They can't do that this generation. They can't even use the UK anymore. See, everything is shut down.
Really can't use Spain or Italy no more either. Because they bailing too.
That's right.
Everybody's bailing Sony. The world is bailing.
What's my motto? What's my motto? You can't sell me a PlayStation without lying to me.
Yep.
And when you put it out there where everybody can see, that's the thing. Sony knows not to put it out there for everybody to see. Once you do that, you can see it, you'll say, this doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna buy this console. That's what happens. But the problem was they've been trying to keep that away from everybody. Yo, Iron says, blessed things. Thanks, brothers. Come true. You all brothers. We have 365 rivers, bro. Keep up the go. I love it, baby. We around the world, baby. We out here. Dominica, I got you.
Dominica. Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, man. I see you, Logic.
Not to be confused with the Dominican
Logical's in the building, man, from Fort Worth, man. Texas in the building. Uh-oh.
I always get people confusing the two. Dominica and Dominican Republic.
Republic are two different things.
Yeah, Dominica's two. Yeah, you got it. That's right. That's right. Make it known, J-Rod. They better get your island right, Famo?
Yeah, you already know.
Get that flag right out there in them Caribbean seas.
Yo, Legal, before I go, I want to ask the panel a question. After this Activision acquisition goes through, what do you think is next on the table? Or what do you like to see? Like me personally, I think Asobo is a perfect fit for Microsoft.
Asobo, yeah. I would think that's a default, kind of like what was that developer for Sony who did all the conversions, the remasters and stuff? Blue Point.
Yeah,
and that's like just a match from Microsoft. That just needs to happen already.
Yeah, I think.
But another easy one. But
I want them to grab another rounds.
Yeah, that too. But another easy one is at Development House.
Another rounds with Sega, and I'm happy.
Igarashi, what's his name? The dude who used to be at Tecmo who did Dead or Alive.
You talking about? Oh yes, Itagaki.
Yeah,
Itagaki,
yeah.
Itagaki. His studio, because he's not at Team Ninja anymore. He's not at Tecmo anymore. But he has a studio. Microsoft needs to pick that up. That's the one I'm going to pick.
The dude, I don't know what's going on with that. That dude's been constantly hounding Phil and beating on the door.
Yeah, man. What's up with that?
So yeah, that's what hurts about being on the outside looking in, because you would think to yourself that, yo, this is a no-brainer. You guys have work history. You guys knew each other ever since the OG Xbox. Because remember, Phil was still working with Microsoft then, and so they have a work history. And and I know one person brought it up to me talking about like, oh, there's a lot of drama behind him because of some allegations. Those allegations were proven false. Tecmo set him up. Yes, Tecmo set him up. Read it. You can find it. They set him up.
Of course.
Because the thing is, you got to remember, this dude outright said it, to the public that he refuses to produce any game on a weaker system.
Yeah.
Because they kept asking him, when's Ninja Gaiden coming to a PlayStation? As far as he was concerned, he was like, never.
And you know what he said too? He wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wants to win. Yeah, he wants to win. He refused to put Ninja Gaiden on the PS4. The PS3 that time. But Team Ninja.
Yeah, it was Tecmo.
Do that. Tecmo, yeah.
It was Tecmo.
It forced him. And that's what.
Oh no, they didn't enforce them. They already done cut them loose by then.
Yeah.
By that time, they cut them loose.
And that's where the bad blood begins. And that's why he said, "Fuck it, I'm leaving the company." And Team Ninja, I hate saying it.
It was him and practically half of Team Ninja.
I hate saying it. Team Ninja never recovered. Yeah, they got
never
Neo
really
1
did.
and 2. Yes, they got Neo 1 and 2. Besides Neo 1 and 2, why the hell they make a good game? It's been years. Ninja Gaiden declined.
Don't forget. Hey, Game Trailers. Don't forget Metroid Other M.
Oh, that shit was trash.
Oh boy,
that shit was trash. And I'm a Nintendo fan. That shit was dog shit. Yeah. And all of these games declined because of him. So if I was Microsoft, why not? Let's do it. Because you have nothing
think about
to do.
it.
He loves Microsoft because he wants to win. He literally said it. He wants to win. He don't have a problem with PlayStation. He just wants to win. He saw the potential of the OG Xbox. It was more powerful. There's a lot of things he could work with.
He saw the professionalism of it.
Yeah.
He saw that quality.
When he left, what happened to the Ninja Gaiden series? Dead. Yeah. What happened to the Dead or Alive series? Underperformed.
It's facts.
My answer for you, JyzalGaming, is that I'm satisfied with everything that Microsoft has given us and will be giving us. The only thing I want is to get connected more worldwide with the players on Xbox Live. Fact. So when all those games drop, we could all play it and have fun together and show them what the numbers, what they really mean and what they're all about. It's not about the sales. It's all about the players putting in the time, uniting and having fun on that platform that they truly enjoy, love playing on.
Hey, anybody play Ninja Gaiden 2? That shit was a masterpiece.
Facts.
Then after that, they went to Ninja Gaiden 3. It didn't get the same, treatment on Ninja Gaiden 2 because he didn't direct it.
Yeah.
He left the company. Because that's what a lot of the Japanese developers now they're doing. Like, what's the dude name? The guy who made Ninja Gaiden, not Ninja Gaiden, the Devil May Cry guy, the Platinum guy, Platinum Games.
Oh,
they used to make
Platinum Games.
You're talking about Platinum. And I think Platinum want to try to throw their hat in the pot too.
Yeah. Remember the guy who made what's the game called? Scalebound. No, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry. Yeah. He made Bayonetta. So yeah. But remember, all of these, and the guy who made Castlevania, Konami, he made his own company called Bloodstain.
Yeah, so a lot of these Igarashi.
Yeah. So a lot of these Japanese developers used to work at these big companies. They all just say, "Fuck it, we're not." Because the reason why this happened because a lot of these Japanese are like Konami, Capcom, Square Enix, Nintendo, Sony, they're out of touch because they think that the old way works. It doesn't work anymore. They want to expand their own ideas, and they couldn't do it. So you know what? They all left, and they formed their own company. And what happened? Became successful. So at the end of the day, that guy from Ninja Gaiden, he has his own company now, and Phil Spencer tweeted out saying, "Yeah, man, I acknowledge his tweets, and he might work with Microsoft one day. He wants to. He wants to go back to Microsoft, and if they do that, just make a spiritual successor of Ninja Gaiden. That's it. Like because Ninja Gaiden did build the Xbox 360. That was one of the best games I ever played on 360 at that time.
You mean the original Xbox?
No, Ninja Gaiden 2. That was a masterpiece.
Okay.
Yeah, and the original Xbox too. Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden Black. Yeah. Now these games build the 360, man, and the Xbox and the 360. So, and then of course Team Ninja just never be the same again. Yeah, they got Neo 1 and 2. I think they got lucky with Neo 1 and 2, but besides that, what else they made? Dead or Alive didn't do well. You know, the Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin didn't do well. Now they got the Wulong Dragon, the Wulong Fallen Destiny. So I hope
Oh,
that becomes. I hope it's good. I hope so. But if it's not, that means that the whole company just you know decline because they miss him. And he created Team Ninja. He's the architect why Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden was one of the best games out there. But after that, you never seen Tim Ninja in the spotlight again. So
You know who I want to see. I want to see his next work with the full backing of Microsoft is Shinji, the from Tango Game Work.
oh yeah, Shinji Mikami.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Shinji
guy who make
Mikami.
Resident
Yes,
Evil.
yes.
right.
Mikami
Yeah.
is a key figure to get.
Yeah, he did
Oh no. Oh yeah, Make Evil was
Vanquish.
in
You remember Vanquish was fire.
Vanquish was
Vanquish
on
was
fire.
fire. Yeah.
I want to see what he's gonna do now with the full backing of Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Right.
See a lot of these guys, like you understand, a lot of these Japanese
The
dudes,
auteurs.
they're all left the company. Shinji Mikami is one of them. Like he said, "Fuck Capcom." Like that time. Now we know Capcom is doing better now.
He
But
said,
back
"Fuck
in the day,
Capcom and Platinum Games."
Yep.
yeah, yeah. They fuck Capcom and Platinum Games, and you know back then Capcom wasn't doing too well. Like they had the Resident Evil 6, they wasn't declining. You know they was losing money. They wasn't listening to their core base. But he said, "Fuck all of these motherfuckers. Like I'm gonna form my own company called Tangle Works and make my own games I wanted to make." And he refused to put Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation 2 because he wanted on the GameCube because the GameCube was more powerful.
Yeah.
And yeah, Konami said, "Fuck you. We're gonna put that shit on the PS2 because the PS2 had a higher install base." And guess what? The game still didn't so well.
It didn't.
And no, it didn't. So, and he
But they
just
didn't
said,
put it on the Xbox, which they should have, because Xbox
and they
fans even
should,
back then would have ate it up.
yeah. And what happened is he just said, "You know what? I'm gonna go to Platinum Games." He did went to Platinum Games, and he had a fallout with the guy who made the Devil May Cry series, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna start my own company," and that's why he made the Evil Within. So he said he's going back there. I think he's gonna make Evil Within 3 or make a new IP. I want to make a new IP.
Yeah,
It's like,
and you
it's
know
like
he
a, like
likes
a
he likes pushing technology because
yeah.
he's
I
one
want
of
like
the
a
few
Resident Evil.
Japanese developers that actually implements
Did
ray
that.
tracing in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make like a Resident Evil game, like something like that. He's the father of Resident Evil. He made Resident Evil.
Dino
So him,
Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
something like Dino Crisis. Yeah, why not? Let make a dinosaur game. See the other thing about Microsoft, Microsoft want to give these guys so many freedom if they want to. You want to make like a Resident Evil Dino Crisis game? Here's the money. Here's the checkbook. Phil's going to take your checkbook out, write the check,
Knock
go on the
yourselves out.
table, knock yourself out. Do anything you want. That's it. Yeah, we have this. We just the money people, and that's what they're gonna do. So I don't know what he's gonna do, but so I think the future of Microsoft is bright, and they all know that they have full backing for Microsoft. That's why they choose Microsoft. They have the money. They have the capital.
Because the money is unquestioned. The support will be unquestioned.
Sony
Like-
doesn't have the money.
No.
No.
And the support isn't unquestioned either, because look what happened to Days Gone. Look what happened to Days Gone. The developer himself said it, right? So you don't even have the support when you mess with Sony like that. You really don't.
Sony has a lot of ground to gain.
Yeah, and they're not on the path to getting any of it. They're really not.
Like Game
No,
what's
I
after
will say, I will say Sony could be better this generation if they don't listen to their super fan base. All right, just listen to your old fan base, who like people who actually go out with PlayStation. Give us SOCOM, give us Resistance. Like take some risks. There's nothing wrong with these single player games we make the past 7 years.
Isn't that
It's
something
just
they used to always rub in our face anyway? Talking about, oh, Sony's always innovating. No, Sony's always doing something new. They are not afraid to take risk. Well, I don't know. As of late, looks like they've been looking pretty gun shy.
You know what Sony should do to get these gamers to buy these games? They should bundle it with a subscription of OnlyFans to Marlies.
Or no. What they should do is to Pornhub, because that's still the number one. Still, they have a PS5 doesn't even have a browser in it anymore, and still the number one browser is the PS4 on Pornhub. That just goes to show two things. They're not playing.
That's crazy.
Multiple things.
You sure it's not an app?
They're not playing games. They don't have PS5s. And they
ain't got girls
because they're on Twitter.
You heard Sick?
Pornhub.
You heard what Stick said? He said they rather play with their meat than play with the sticks.
Yeah.
They rather
Oh man.
Yeah. See, we glad Teknoblast wasn't here with that one, boy.
It's all it's all that tactile.
Oh yeah, Tech would have been eating that one up. Yeah, man. All y'all spitting facts, bro. Every last one of y'all, man. We about to get out of here, though.
But legal, Sony
close it out, Games Hero.
No. I said Sony could take a lot of risks. It's just that what happened is that a lot of these 360 guys just went to the PS4 because of the Call of Duty deal, and they never experienced the older, PlayStation 3 games like the Twisted Metals, the Resistance, and the SOCOM. So now Sony's making these live service games. Instead of making a new IP or like a live service game, that will take years to build up. Right? Look at CFTs. It took CFTs a long time. Just bring back SOCOM. You have listen, you got the blueprint. You have the game that many people like me actually want. If you bring back SOCOM, build up like a live service, you don't have to make it free to play, put out microtransactions in the game, do it right, they will make a lot of money. It's just that it's not is it investors, and they're looking at the core base. Okay, if we bring back SOCOM, what is supported? If they don't support it, that means that they're going to pull the plug. Yep. And they don't want that, because live service games is not cheap. It's very expensive.
And sometimes at first they just look like they're flopping, but they need that time to work themselves up.
But
you got to be patient with it, and I don't think they're patient enough.
But look at Rainbow Six Siege. It took Ubisoft a long time to get that to that point.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. But look at Fortnite. It took them that long time to get that to that point.
That was initially a failed game.
Yeah. So remember, you have to support this. So that's why I told all these ponies, listen, I'm glad that Sony's making these live service games. You guys have to go out there and support it. You guys can't just play the game once and put it down. No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta tell Sony, listen, you gotta put this in there, put this in there, that in there, this in there, that in there, and this. If you don't do it, it's going to die. Look at Destruction of All-Stars. It's dead. Nobody's not playing it. Why? You didn't support this
that was going to be a game that they originally planned to charge $70, and at the last minute they put it on PSN for free. That's how much they knew it wasn't going to do anything.
They knew. And it's funny, before I go, The Last of Us standalone multiplayer game, I got no faith in that, because Naughty Dog never made a goddamn multiplayer game like that. And number two, the game is standalone. That means that they're going to charge money for this shit. So what is $70 for a standalone multiplayer game? That's out of your goddamn mind. And number two, it's going to be just like Halo, half-baked, and your fan base is not going to support it. And what they're going to do is they're going to make it like free to play in the near future. And if the game doesn't do well, they're going to just close down the service, just like any other multiplayer game. So I hope these PlayStation guys support some of these games, because I really want another SOCOM game. If they don't give me another SOCOM game, they don't give me Resistance, what's the point of you doing this? just don't make live service games. Just do what you do for the past 7, 8 years. Just keep making these single player games. Because you're not good at making multiplayer games. You're not. That's why you bought Bungie in the first place. But so I don't know, man. Let this shit play another 2 3 years for now. Like we're in 2022. Next 3 years, I gotta see the next 3 years because this is not the same generation from last generation, dude. This is a whole different generation, and they know this because their single player games ain't gonna cut it this generation. People going tired of the same formula they had last generation. So go ahead, Legal.
Sweet Jimmy said that too.
Go ahead, Legal.
What, Legal done doze off already? Oh no.
Oh man, let me wake up. My bad. Oh man. No, yeah, hey. You know what? Thanks for everybody for coming out, man, tonight. These guys are doing it big, man. We doing it big. We true philosophers of the game, man. We do what we do, man. We enjoy talking games. We enjoy bringing up the news. We enjoy talking the community. We love speaking our language, man. And I appreciate every last one of y'all that came out tonight. From the panel, man, I really appreciate y'all. Y'all already know the business. Let them know where they can find you at. Start from Six Layer all the way down, man.
Well, you can find me on Six Layer on everything. YouTube, Twitter, you name it, I'm there.
117 Evolve, man. What's good, baby? Thanks for coming out being a guest tonight, man. Where they can find you at, brother?
Thank you very much for having me on board on the show. You could always find me at Di-RRec Gaming, checking them out, watching the shows live. You can check me out on Twitter, 117 Evolve. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate chat community. Thank you all.
J-Rod, what's good, baby? Where they can find you at, man?
I mean, they already know where they can find me, man. I mean, but always at J-Rock at Twitter.
Facts. Yo, Games Trailers. What's good, baby? Where they find you at, man?
Yeah, Game Heroes on 235_, man. You know where you can find me. You on Twitter trolling every day. Like, yeah, 235.
Fireballs, where they can find you at, man?
Yeah, y'all can find me hosting Mutual Omaha as I hide out in the bushes, tranking and tagging ponies, so we can send them to a better pasture. But other than that, you can also find me on Twitter under the handle Fireballs, and fire is spelled PHYER with boss at the end, all together one word. Thank you.
Wait a minute, Sicko? Well, we're glad to have you here tonight, Sicko. You make yourself right at home. Sorry, I didn't see everybody. Shout out to the whole Chit Chat community over there. Shout out to the entire Xbox community around the world, man, doing it big, showing love to one another, playing these games like 117 Evolve was talking about. I go by the name of the new legal man. This is Di-RRec Gaming, the X-League podcast, the League of Extraordinaires. Y'all know how we do it, man. We don't just sit in the stands. We ain't sitting here with our binoculars looking at how everybody gets down on the field, man. We actually wear the jerseys, man, so we ain't just saluting the flag. Better yet, we're going to get up out of here like my man Six Layer. I'm going to end it with Six Layer's word right here. Right here, man. Peace.
Later, y'all.